ESPN welcomes you to a special presentation of the United Football League.
And on this Sunday afternoon, welcome to the home of the Blues and the Memphis Showboats as Week 7 of the UFL rolls right along. The St. Louis Battlehawks in town to tangle with Memphis. We wish you and yours a very happy Mother's Day. And of course, it's always exciting when the UFL returns. Standings tell the entire story. This late hour in the regular season, the Battlehawks very well positioned in the XFL Conference, contending with DC for first place. And for Memphis, well, the Showboats need a win today to mathematically keep their postseason playoff hopes alive. And right now, the odds in the UFL to win the championship, St. Louis right there, that 4-2 record, pristine, plus 400. And as we mentioned, work to do for the Showboats to try to get back in to that postseason conversation. He's Roddy Jones. I'm Roy Philpott. Got Harry Douglas, Cole Kuplik joining us on the sidelines in just one moment. Always exciting. We showed you the standings just a few minutes ago. St. Louis got a chance.
They certainly do, and this is a game that you got to have to really continue with control in the XFL Conference. The other side, Memphis is desperate. They have to have a win to stay in that playoff hunt. St. Louis knows that. Anthony Beck told us that he's warned his team about it consistently over the course of this week, because as the playoff push gets closer and closer to its finale, this is one that St. Louis has to have.
Yeah, the Showboats, they have been in contention in a lot of games, and it is Dresser Wynn, their new starting quarterback out of UT Martin, that gives Memphis a chance today.
Third starting quarterback this season for the Showboats. In the past couple weeks, in his starts, he's looked very comfortable delivering the ball on time, particularly in the short to intermediate game. Was a prolific passer at UT Martin, second team Ohio Valley Conference while he was there. And I think the thing that they need to do is stay on schedule to help him out against a really good St. Louis defense with great pass rushers. Dresser Wynn's going to have to keep this team first and 10, second and short, third and short.
Mr. Wynn with our Harry Douglas right now. Harry?
So, Dresser, you're 1-1 as a starter. Your third start comes on Mother's Day. What do you need to do at the quarterback position to be able to get your team a win?
Hey, just go out here and execute. Play with some passion, play some energy. Blessed to get out here and go ahead and do this thing. Mother's in attendance, so happy Mother's Day to her. Bunch of family here, so just excited to be playing this game and gonna go get after it today.
Your mother is sitting on the first row. What message do you want to give her to let her know how much you appreciate her?
Oh, just thank her for everything she's done for me. None of this would be possible without her, and me and my sisters, we both know that, so love her and just so thankful for her.
Have a good one.
Thank you so much.
Harry, thank you. Happy Mother's Day again. And for St. Louis, they're 4-2, and they've got a new weapon returning at wide receiver, Mr. Touchdown himself, Hakeem Butler.
Yeah, all he does is score touchdowns when he makes receptions. Hakeem Butler's got 3 catches on the year. It's good for 3 touchdowns, which is second in the UFL. And at 6'5", 220 pounds, he's an absolute matchup nightmare. He's too big, fast, and strong for corners to continually deal with him on a play-in, play-out basis. And he's their big play guy. They've tried to get him the ball a lot. 6 targets in the last game a week ago, only 1 connection. I would expect Max Duggan to continue to try and feed 88 the ball, because when you do that, good things happen.
Max Duggan nearly won a national championship at TCU and is with our Cole Kuplik.
Max, you've been getting more and more comfortable as a quarterback in this offense. The guys up there just talking about Hakeem Butler, 88. How much more comfortable are you playing when you have that kind of a target to throw to?
Yeah, Hakeem's a great player, and we got guys all around on offense, guys on defense. Just got a lot of confidence, and everyone on this team just be yourself and go play loose.
Thanks, Max. Good luck.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course, it is the UFL. That means we are talking about point spreads and odds, and we turn to our sports betting analyst, Aaron Dolan, for the latest trends here to conclude Week 7. Aaron, what do we have?
So on ESPN Bet right now, 85% of the money is coming in on the Battlehawks, laying 4.5 points on the road. And no surprise, the public is also liking the over. That's been very profitable for bettors, going 13-6 to the over since Week 3. As for a player prop, we're going to be monitoring because it's the most bet on for today. That's going to be Dresser Wynn to go over 170.5 passing yards. He's hit over this mark in the last 2 games, but so far for the public, they're liking St. Louis and they're liking the over, but they do think that Dresser Wynn could have a big game through the air.
All right, Dresser has been able to get the job done to give the Showboats a chance lately. Roddy, you like Max Duggan under in terms of the passing attempts.
I do. Only 19 passing attempts a week ago, 12 the week before that. That's the one that I like. Cole going against the public. Dresser Wynn under 170.5 passing yards. How about you? A Frank Darby anytime touchdown, and Harry Douglas Memphis once again just copying Aaron Dolan's work.
Minus the 4.5 for the Battlehawks. Frank the Tank gonna reach the end zone today.
It would be great for you if you did.
Just about set, ready to go. The head coach, Jim Turner, the interim head man for the Showboats, and Anthony Becht leading the charge again for the Battlehawks. And it'll be Memphis set to kick things away. Blake Jackson back deep to receive this. Matt Coughlin kick. Expects to send it into the landing zone between the goal line and the 20. Underway in Memphis as Coughlin sends it to Jackson just inside the 10. Waiting for the convoy, and a stutter step ushered out near the 30-yard line. Battlehawks will take over there after a return of 22. Max Duggan, the runner-up to win the Heisman Trophy, nearly won a national championship, Roddy, at TCU, and put together that incredible run just 2 years ago. He's trying to get back in the NFL. He's got a chance to do some things.
For Max Duggan today, it's going to be about anticipation and on-time delivery in the passing game to try and keep in rhythm.
12 personnel here from Memphis. Roddy hadn't started out games like this very often.
Hand off to Saylors, and he will plunge ahead across the 35. Keaton Ellis tackles, 6-yard gain.
Son, Z fly, past 15 Willie, X rage. Flank right son, Z fly, past 15 Willie, X rage.
Roddy, I think that man right there, Phil Gahagan, the offensive play caller, he's expecting more out of Max Duggan today to see what his new starting quarterback can do. Of course, no Manny Wilkins. He was injured 3 weeks ago in Arlington. The time is now for Duggan to show what he can do. Backside pressure, he'll avoid it. Duggan will buy some time and a first down. Drive starts there for St. Louis.
The hard play action, you're going to get pressure over here from the left side. Max Duggan just does a really nice job of scooting up in the pocket to avoid that pressure, and as he climbs, he's able to find some space, gets away from a defensive lineman, Boogie Roberts, and is able to get a first down. It's what makes Max Duggan so dangerous, and as Cole mentioned, 12 personnel, 2 tight ends to start the game. I wonder if it's going to be running the ball that's going to be the game plan for St. Louis.
Saylor's going to get another touch, and he'll be driven backwards right at the line of scrimmage by Ellis again. So 2 stops for number 31 for the Showboats on this possession. That's a TFL and a loss of a yard.
It's really caused by the penetration by Steele Chambers, number 42, the second leading tackler in the UFL, was in the backfield, pushed Jacob Saylors out wide so that the safety, Keaton Ellis, could come down and make the tackle.
Battlehawks coming off the tough win against Arlington, 12-6. Duggan going to air it out. Man-to-man coverage and incomplete. And some hand fighting deep down the field. Core Pearson, the intended receiver. Guerra in coverage.
It's a good blitz pickup by that St. Louis front. A slot fade one-on-one. But these are the situations that St. Louis wants to try and avoid. Those 3rd and long situations, found themselves in too many of those last week. Only 3 of 13 on 3rd down for St. Louis a week ago.
Well, the Battlehawks will bring the defense. Can the offense catch up in a game like today? On 3rd and long, here's Duggan. Pocket collapsing. Duggan's going to be driven down. Back inside the 40, Jalen Allen got there. And Allen out of Memphis, getting the job done for the Showboats, and a loss of 7.
Pressure's going to come right here. It's just one-on-one, and Max Duggan has to be able to climb in the pocket quicker. When he gets to the top of his drop, he's got space in front of him. If he climbs with some urgency right away, and he'll probably have a chance to get out and create a little bit more, but he's not able to. And a 3-man rush ends up in a sack for Memphis.
Something to watch today. Duggan and the dropbacks and making sure that he's either getting the ball down the field, getting rid of the football on time. We're seeing those kinds of plays well behind the line of scrimmage. Hop Richter, a brilliant punt. It'll be down inside the 5 by Miles Jones, in poor starting field position for Memphis, and quarterback Dresser win.
Another guy making his 3rd start of the season. This is a Memphis team that has had E.J. Perry start 3 games, Troy Williams start a game, but the last 3, it's been Dresser Wynn. Again, in that short to intermediate game, he's been very accurate.
Let's go flood right slot. Z Casper, 35 Charles comment. You're at the comment, you're at the comment.
Showboats coming off a very tough loss at Houston last week, 21-20. It was a scoop and score. Came into the second half that was part of the difference. Handoff and Eric Prince. Head to the 5, and that's it. Isaiah Mack met him right at the line of scrimmage. They picked up a yard.
Let's go rifle.
For Memphis, the goal is to at least get 1 first down. It's the most important thing when you're backed up close to your own goal line. Will they have the confidence to throw the ball, though? St. Louis has 2 unbelievable pass rushers in Travis Feeney and Peter Talmupinu.
Handoff Prince again, right up the gut and across the 10. A quality pickup on 2nd and long. Mike Rose a tackle.
Let's go Rocky.
Ronnie, I don't know about you. Prince got to get that thing up in there. A little bit of too much shuffle east-west, side to side before he got to the line of scrimmage. That thing was blocked well. For a guy that's 216 pounds and plays bigger than that, I agree, and he did on that one, Cole.
Prince, another touch, and a first down this time. So offensive play caller Noel Mazzoni. Cole, you know Noel pretty well from your days down at Auburn.
Took over my last 2 years there on the Plains and brought some new innovative ideas. We went from an isolation run scheme to a zone run scheme, and I can just tell you he's one of the more player-friendly coaches you'll ever be around.
Got to know him a little bit during his time at Texas A&M. Always an outstanding discussion. When a tough pass nearly picked off, and there was double coverage. Nick Whiteside probably would tell you should have reeled that one in.
There's plenty of time for Dresser Wynn to diagnose this defense. It ends up being a corner sinking underneath that had a chance to intercept it.
I think Willie Harvey got a piece of that one, Roddy.
He might have, but that's 2 weeks in a row where St. Louis has had a dropped interception.
3rd carry for Prince. And on 2nd and long, stopped at the line by Travis Feeney. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Hey, trio right.
Not where you want to live against this defense. I talked to Coach Mazzoni, speaking of before the game, about that, and he said 3rd and long are going to be a problem. We have to avoid giving these pass rushers room to tee off.
One of the big playmakers like Isaiah Henney, Kai Loxley. It's something deeper down the field. Wynn's going to be dropped at the 10-yard line. Talmupinu, a loss of 4. Punt team on the field for the Showboats.
Peter Talmupinu coming off of the right side. I mean, it's just a simple, speed rush. He uses his hands to get around, rips underneath. Yeah. He has been unbelievable this season, certainly in the category or in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year in the UFL, leads the UFL in sacks and comes up big.
6.5 now on the season for Peta. Here's Ja'Cour Pearson. Battlehawks with outstanding field position after this punt return all the way back into plus territory. Punt of 57, a return of 20. Possession number 2 for Max Duggan in St. Louis when we come back.
We love the moments, the memories, the magic, the game. So let's get more. More action. More celebration. More unforgettable. More football.
Don't miss the action every weekend this spring. Visit theufl.com for tickets.
UFL is brought to you by Depend. The only thing stronger than us is you. And also by Progressive. Protect your auto, home, and business today at progressive.com. Back in Memphis, first quarter underway, final game of week 7. And the Showboats back to the drawing board with Dresser Wynn on the sideline. As St. Louis gets a football back in plus territory, Battlehawks trying to win their 5th game this season.
We just showed the Memphis Showboats mascot, Skipper. Apparently it's his birthday today.
Happy
Did you know
birthday.
that?
I did not.
Happy birthday, Skipper. I wonder how old he is.
Jarvion Howard now running back. Alcorn State. Jarvion over the left side. All kinds of real estate. And a big gainer inside the 35. Get you down to Cole Kublik. Cole, who do we have?
Peter Toomey to Maypal. I want to ask you about winning on that last rush because the tackle actually had a clean set. He went depth first, but then went vertical. When do you make that decision to come outside or give him the inside move? You can show me.
So at first I saw him sit vertically. So I take my first step, then I take an inside step just to make him see a little bit. Then I get my rush out.
So you stall him on that inside step, and if I don't come back outside, that's when you're going to give the outside move.
Yeah. Basically, I just got to keep him true, you know. So if he said like vertical, I'm gonna take the inside. If he said like short side me, I got to take the edge.
Thanks, Peter.
Oh yeah. Hey, happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful moms out there. Much love, all of us.
There you go, guys.
Peter, we love you, and Cole Kublik, and Max Duggan, a gain of 28 on the quarterback scramble.
A lot of great teach tape there from Cole and Peter. A lot of great teach tape from Max Duggan. He gets some pressure, but when he's been able to climb in the pocket, step up vertically towards the line of scrimmage, it's ended up in him running the football, but it puts a lot of pressure on that Memphis defense. The interior of that Memphis defensive line has to stay firm and not get too far upfield.
Showboats add an offensive lineman in Bradley Ashmore, 6 up front to block. Jarvion Howard going to be bottled up quickly, and it was Keaton Ellis that met him first at the line. The penalty marker on the field.
Illegal formation. Number 70 reported eligible, and he was covered up.
Illegal formation, offense. Number 70 reported as eligible and was covered by another eligible receiver. It's a 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Brian Banks, our referee today, and Anthony Beck wanting to understand a little bit more about the latest infraction. They'll push it back just inside the 10, and it'll be first and goal from there.
Yeah, when those big offensive linemen come in and line up in the tight end position, they report as eligible, which lets everybody know they can catch a pass. If you don't do that, then obviously an offensive lineman can't do it, or a lineman with the lineman number, but receiver can't be covering him up on the line of scrimmage outside of him.
Duggan will keep it and get punished for it by Ellis. Stopped at the 6.
It's a nice job. Max Duggan's going to read the line of scrimmage, and you're going to get the tight end coming across. If he doesn't stop here and continues out, Max Duggan probably is able to get in the end zone. You get the pull read, but the tight end, Jake Sutherland, stops and looks at the guy who is crashing down. Look at Keaton Ellis crashing down right there on the edge of the line of scrimmage. Could have gone out, gotten that arc block, and Max Duggan would have scored.
Already with 43 yards on the ground. To the air this time, and nearly intercepted at the goal line by Steel Chambers. That's one he should have had. It was thrown right in the breadbasket.
I mean, it's an absolute gift. Just a presence. Steel Chambers is right here, and Max Duggan's going to try and throw a dig behind him. Steel Chambers is right underneath. I'm not really sure what Max Duggan's looking at. That's a Mother's Day gift, a present handed to Steel Chambers that he rejected.
And Roddy, coaches always teach those quarterbacks down in the tight red zone, you better throw that football up by that crossbar so situations like this won't happen.
And Frank Darby was right there by the crossbar. This time it's Duggan across the goal line, plunging in. And on 3rd and goal from the 10, here comes St. Louis, the early score.
Max Duggan, he has not been effective throwing the football, but he has been incredibly effective running the football. Steven Gonzalez, the left guard, throwing a crucial block right at the goal line, and Max Duggan's legs proving dangerous once again.
Well, Roddy, you also saw Roy at the end of that play why this staff said they didn't want to do that a whole lot. He took a pretty big shot right to the chin as he crossed the goal line there.
Yeah, but if you watch that Big 12 championship game back in, what was that, 2022? He takes a lick and he keeps on ticking.
Kansas State?
Yes, sir.
I remember that very well.
They lost the game, but he won the war because, man, was he tough in that one.
This conversion attempt brought to you by Ortho Home Defense. Go for 1.
Hey, Monday. Set up.
Ashmore checks back in, the extra O-lineman. After the 47-yard drive. Howard going to stutter step, dive across. And it's 7-0 Battlehawks. Max Duggan finding unique ways to push his team into the red zone. 38-yard scramble last week, give him 28 on that run, and the touchdown moments ago. Max Duggan reaching pay dirt. Advantage St. Louis.
Well, St. Louis gets on the board first thanks to Max Duggan and his legs. He was plus 440 to score the first touchdown. So what that means is if you placed a $10 bet, you would have won $44. He was minus 110 for any time touchdown scorer, which just indicates that the books honestly thought that he was going to score at some point in this game. Now, as for that total, it's still sitting at 39.5, but I will say the spread has moved 6 points in favor of St. Louis so far, currently at minus 10.5.
Aaron, thank you. Battlehawks favored for a reason with 4 wins already. Memphis at 1-5, and Max Duggan requiring a little bit of extra attention after that quarterback plunge across the goal line. They were working on him during that last timeout. Roddy Jones, Roy Philpott, Cole Kublik, Harry Douglas. Here at Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium. And from the 6. Stutter step and a spin down at the 30 by Garrett. Cole Kublik with Max Duggan right now.
Max dialed into the iPad down here. You're starting to get some offense going, a little bit of momentum. After reviewing a couple plays, what are you seeing out there? And then now what are you seeing on the iPad?
Yeah, you know, guys are playing hard. O-line's doing a phenomenal job. Running backs, receivers blocking. You know, I got to get our guys the ball, throwing the ball. But, you know, we got points, which is good. Defense is playing great right now.
How much of the plan has been for you to run? How much of that has been on your own?
You know, you kind of just play what they give you. You know, sometimes it might be design runs, sometimes it might be scramble drills, sometimes it might just be throwing it, give it to the backs, things of that sort. So we'll see how the game goes.
Thanks, Max.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Cole. Dresser win back on the field out of UT Martin. Spent more than a year with the Rams organization, and Sean McVay on the swing to Prince. He's going to lose a couple of yards. St. Louis was ready. Lucas Dennis and the TFL. It'll be 2nd and 13.
Hey, crowd right. Crowd right. Z Casper. Hey, 38 Ohio plus. 38 Ohio plus. Z Casper. Z Casper. Crowd right. 38 Ohio plus. Crowd right. Crowd right. Doug, right here.
We were talking with Noel Mazzone, the offensive coordinator, this week. He said Dresser Wynn was with the Rams and Coach McVay for a long time. Sean McVay knows some football. He knows that he had something there. We feel like we do as well. As Wes Hills gets his first carry, an 11-yard pickup will yield 32.
Half right off. Hey, hey, half right off. 34 Chucky Saw.
Hey, half right off. Half right off. 34 Chucky Saw. 34 Chucky.
I would guess some kind of split zone to the right here, Roddy.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Wes Hills, the running back. He'll get the carry on 3rd and short. Needed to get to the 40. They're only going to give him a yard, and now decision time for the Showboats. Isaiah Mack prevented the first down.
See what Jim Turner decides to do here, but I think I'd go for it. You got 2 big backs.
Hey, cheers, cheers,
You're fighting for your playoff life. Show some confidence in that offense. It looks like he's going to do it.
Hill straight ahead into a pile, and I don't think so. Needed to cross the 40. He stopped a yard shy. It was Carson Wells, and the Battlehawks will get the football back.
The ball's going to be run to the right, but Carson Wells comes from the left side of that offensive line and just knifes across. Creates the penetration, hits Wes Hills in the backfield, and he's not able to get that 218 pounds of momentum going downhill. And an incredible play by Carson Wells, who's coming back this week after being out. Great play on a 4th down.
3rd year with the Battlehawks organization. Played his college ball at Colorado. Handoff to Saylors. And tackled after a gain of 2 by Lance Boykin. And we said it moments ago, advantage St. Louis with this start, even after being stymied on that first possession. Well, the defense has settled in quite nicely.
Yeah, they have. And coming up big on that 4th and short was definitely massive. Memphis has to get in those 3rd and short situations. That's where they want to be. They just weren't able to convert on 2 runs.
Saylors motions out. Duggan on the screen to Pearson. And torpedo down near the 40. He lost a couple of yards. Bronson sniffed it out.
Steel Chambers coming off the field. How different would the game have been had he been able to intercept that ball down near the goal line, preventing points? Comes off the field for this big 3rd down.
Across the line of scrimmage, there's the penalty marker.
NCI 44.
Hey, huddle. Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 44. 5-yard penalty. It's 3rd down.
A bonus 5 yards after Jalen Allen jumped across the line of scrimmage. Offsides, an easy call. His veteran officiating crew.
I don't really know why Jalen Allen was raising his hands like he was innocent in this situation. There was no shot of that. But nonetheless, it takes you from a 3rd and very long to a 3rd and medium. That completely changes play calling, brings Max Duggan's legs much more into the fold in terms of his ability to pick up the 1st down as well.
Most importantly, you're in field goal range now for the Rod Squad.
180. Rod Squad standing next to you.
Rodrigo Blankenship. Out pattern unavailable for Pearson. And decision time for Anthony Beck.
Those are the throws like that are the layups that Max Duggan has to hit consistently. Ja'Cour Pearson is wide open on an out route. Corner's got inside leverage. It's a give me 1st down. You got to be able to convert those, but a long field goal here.
53-yard field goal attempt. Rodrigo Blankenship has been perfect this season. He has not missed, and clearly in his wheelhouse. Played the college ball at Georgia, and Blankenship, I tell you what, he is NFL ready. You talk to folks inside this league, and Blankenship ready to jump back into the NFL. That's a key reason why he's money that side of the football field. 10-0 Battlehawks, don't forget. Next week, UFL starts Friday. Memphis and San Antonio will lead the charge 8 Eastern on Fox. Then on Saturday at 1 o'clock Eastern, Michigan and the Roughnecks, who are suddenly absolutely scorching hot. Look forward to that matchup. And then Arlington takes on DC to wrap up the weekend. Stallions, Battlehawks as well. Fox and ABC all headed your way next Saturday and Sunday as we get a little deeper into the UFL season.
It's been a fun season and such tight races in both of the conferences. Right now, Memphis still fighting for its playoff life. Could be eliminated mathematically today with a loss.
It's on life support right now.
Exactly. They've dug themselves in a 10-0 hole. The thing is, they've got to start winning. They've got to start winning the field position advantage. St. Louis had 2 straight possessions that started in Memphis territory. Memphis has dropped an interception that could have prevented one of those touchdowns, the only touchdown of the game. So just little mistakes has Memphis in a big hole.
From the 11, Garrett tripped up crossing the 30. After a return of 22, one more chance now for Tresser Wen. Interim head coach Jim Turner leading this Memphis organization, replacing Ken Wisenhunt halfway through last month. This team has shown small signs of improvement. We mentioned 1-point loss last week at Houston. It's their second 1-point setback to the Roughnecks this season. And they also have a win in Birmingham the previous week, 24-20. Empty backfield for Wen. They'll sling it out. Elijah Stowe. And a penalty marker comes in. Another one flies in late. 7-yard gain if it stands.
All right, open up. What do you got, Brett?
Oh, some flags down. Okay.
No, there's just one. That's a mouthpiece.
I got hold on number 9.
Holding on number 9, the offense.
Yeah.
All right. We're going from previous spot where your flag is. Holding. Offense number 9. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. It's first down.
It's a holding on a wide receiver, Harry. I know you don't like to see that. Jonathan Adams, the guilty party.
Yeah, you got to get your hands inside. Anytime you get your hands outside those shoulder pads, they're going to call that 9 times out of 10.
I have to say it was an all-conference, maybe all-American flag toss by our back judge. That thing came from about 40 yards downfield.
It's also confusing because there was a mouthpiece that's now being picked up and thrown off the playing surface that is also the exact same color as the penalty flag itself.
Yeah.
That should be a flag.
Yes, a double flag.
53, H comment slant on Monday.
What you guys talked about for Memphis, right? Being able to have first and second down production. You don't want to be 1st and 20, especially against these pass rushers. You want to figure out if you can get about 5 or 6 yards here, probably another 5 or 6 on second down, so you're not 3rd and 14, 3rd and 16.
Yeah, it should be 2nd and 3 instead. It's 1st and 20, Harry. Pass went almost backwards to Prince. He's been active in this first quarter. Barrels his way towards the 25.
I thought generic Prince, had he just made it a foot race to the sideline, could have had a few more yards. Instead, tries to make Callahan O'Reilly miss. And he's not able to do it. And they're not able to get those 5 yards that Harry was talking about on first down.
2nd down and long. Dresser Wynn pulled the football away at the last minute, slides in short of the 30.
Dresser Wynn made the right read. Defensive end crashes down, pull, try and run it. But just a really good play by Willie Harvey, shaking the offensive tackle, trying to block him, getting over the top, setting up 3rd and 14. You might expect a quick pass here so you can get away from those pass rushers. Peter Tamalpinu right there.
Pressure. Wynn gets rid of it. Pass is caught. Kai Loxley. Punishing finish. Loxley! Well, you may not see a better catch and run than that this entire weekend. And the Showboats with a little mojo and a gain of 31.
Dresser Wynn does a nice job of fading away from the pressure created by Travis Beanie. And he's able to dish it out to Kai Loxley, who then it's just all heart. It's just all want to. Fantastic job of continuing to fight for every single yard by Kyle Loxley. We'll see if that wakes this Memphis offense up.
The son of Mike Loxley, the head football coach at Maryland College Park, stand up. 10-0, but Memphis on the move. Don't forget, Sunday Night Baseball comes your way from Cleveland at 7 Eastern tonight. Bryce Harper and company in town with the Phillies to take on the Guardians. Baseball tonight, of course, leads off right after the conclusion of our game here in Memphis. Well, a festive start, and the Showboats with 31 yards on that last play, longer than their first 12 plays from scrimmage prior. Ryan and Roy back with you in the booth. Harry and Cole on the sideline. An important possession for the Showboats, a game that Memphis has to have to stay mathematically in that postseason hunt. A couple of running backs in the backfield as Prince motions out, and Wes Hills still on his feet. Well, you mentioned the big backs in the backfield, and you see that physicality on display there from Hills.
Wes Hills is a big back at 6'2", a tall back at 6'2", but does a nice job of running behind his pads on this play. Lowers the shoulder pads, and when those big backs get down, it's tough to tackle. Let's hear what Anthony Beck had to say during that run.
Gonna wrap him up.
It's a lot to wrap up, though. When 6'2" goes horizontally, it's hard.
It's a big dude. Swing pass again. Here's Prince. Full steam ahead inside the 25. And that'll pick up the first. Well, Prince, he kind of gets going.
Been so good at, Roddy, is building off things that work. You get a little success in the run game. Had the exact same motion on the previous play. So what does he do? He comes back to it again, makes you think, oh, we'll just run the same play. Hits that motion based on what the defense was giving you.
File that away in the category. Football ain't that hard, man.
Well, that's what Ben Leard used to always tell Coach Mazzoni, but then as we told Coach Mazzoni in the meetings, why did he throw interceptions?
Amazing how that works. Haywood Davis was open. He slid in trying to catch it, couldn't do it.
10. No. Hey, trio right. No, bang left. Bang left, all right? You got this one? Here you go, bang left, F fly, 54 dagger, X on.
Bang left, F fly, 54 dagger, X on. I'm on there, ready? Up on two, keep playing.
Going with the different personnel grouping, taking one of the running backs and tight end off the field. More receivers on.
2nd and 10. Wentz slings it out. And West Hills, one of those backs, stopped right at the 20 by Callahan O'Reilly. Be 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5. This is a third manageable situation for Memphis. These are the types of situations they want to be in. Like we said on that last drive, now it's about conversions. Expect something quick to not let these pass rushers have a lot of time to get to Dresser Wynn.
Noah Mazzoni actually told that to us verbatim. His conversations with Dresser Wynn. Get rid of that, you know what, quick. And a timeout's going to be called.
Which one you got? Timeout. Okay, yeah. Memphis. It's their first of the half. It'll be 30 seconds.
Great call right there.
TJ.
Jim Turner not necessarily pleased with that last sequence.
You got to get your. Don't overdo it. Hands it out there. You follow me? Overset it.
Talking to some of his offensive linemen. The thing that caused that timeout having to be taken, though, was Isaiah Washington was late onto the field, and the defense has to be given a chance to match the substitution by the offense, so the officials were holding the ball. Actually probably would have gotten the snap off before the delay of game, but Jim Turner didn't want to take that chance.
Yeah, we do it late. You got to win right here, bro. Yeah, it's going to be, don't break it. Trip left off squeeze. Hey, trip left off squeeze. Hop. 55, Miami. I'm on there, ready? Hop to it. Get the pistol. Then hop over here.
Showboats got to have it on 3rd down.
Hey, go out to 4. Go.
8 in the box. St. Louis. Pressure's on. Wynn gets rid of it, incomplete. And the errant toss. Late penalty marker comes in. Willie Harvey was crashing in quickly.
Defense. Yeah, 22. 22. All right, so we're going to at your spot.
Pass interference. Defense number 22. The ball replaces the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
There's the pass interference. Kind of hits the back of the intended receiver. Knocks him over, but it was pressure that Dresser Wynn was able to sort of fade away from to deliver that football as Willie Harvey had a free rush at the quarterback.
Penalty was on Cameron Kelly. 22 was the intended receiver in West Hills. End result is a first down for Memphis, trying to get back into this game. West Hills punishing. 5-yard pickup. A little ground and pound right now for Memphis.
And Cole, since Noah Mazzoni has taken over, this outside zone scheme has been their primary run scheme, and they've had a lot of success with it.
Well, and one of the things that they've had success with is, like you guys mentioned earlier, getting a bigger back in the game. And it happened with us and Coach Mazzoni at Auburn. We all referenced it in our meetings with Heath Evans, a fullback basically playing tailback. Sometimes a back that's not as twitchy, not quite as fast, has that natural patience to be able to find the holes.
Yeah, very much art as opposed to a science. And Noah Mazzoni told us this week, stretch is stretch. That stretch play outside zone. Ran it at Auburn, ran it at Texas A&M, all these various stops, UCLA, and now in the UFL. And Jim Turner told us too, Noah Mazzoni, that man, one of the big reasons why we've been in the games that we've been in, and we've kind of turned this thing around internally.
It was really funny talking to him. He's still learning the names of the guys on the offense and trying to install a new scheme and mentality. So you're kind of building a plane as you're flying it. But as long as the name tags are on, I think he's going to be all right.
3rd and 3, Wynn with a sense of urgency, more pressure into the flats, and it is hauled in That should be enough to move the chains. Wes Hills shows you the hands right behind Willie Harvey.
Wes Hills just going to run a little flat route. He's going to be covered by the linebacker, Willie Harvey. But he's able to out-leverage the linebacker in a nice delivery by Dresser Wynn, whose favorite targets today have been the running back.
And he was stopped just short. It'll be 4th down. Hills kept the legs churning.
I don't know if he got it, Roy.
I thought the completion, he was clearly in front of the line to gain. He was not. And the Battlehawks are able to hold again on 4th down. Well, that drive comes to a screeching halt. .10:35 to go. The Battlehawks will get the football back deep on their own end of the field. And let's check in with our sports betting analyst, Aaron Dolan, with the latest trends and the odds on this drive for St. Louis. Aaron.
Well, like you mentioned, right now you can bet on the next drive outcome for St. Louis. You got a touchdown, you got field goal attempted, you also have punt or other. Take advantage of this right now. It's one of the fun things that you're able to bet on, again, online or on your app, and we'll see what happens after this break.
Well, don't forget, tomorrow night, an enormous night for the NBA on ESPN. Up first, the draft lottery at 7 Eastern, leading into the conference semifinal doubleheaders. East, it's the Celtics, Knicks. It's game 4, 7:30, followed by T-Wolves and Warriors. Game 4 out west at 10 o'clock Eastern. That is Monday night on ESPN. Everybody waiting to see if Steph Curry is going to come back next week. And, of course, the draft lottery, the Cooper Flag Sweepstakes, Roddy.
There it is. So that's what it needs to be called, the Cooper Flag Lottery. It's one of those drafts where you're drafting for a guy. Where will Cooper Flag end up?
He was dominant last year, scrimmaging against Team USA as they got ready for the Olympics. And we saw what he was able to accomplish at Duke. We will see where he ends up, because the #1 pick is certainly going to select Flag. It's Jacob Saylors. Plows ahead, back to the line of scrimmage.
This feels like a big defensive possession for Memphis. The field position has drastically been in St. Louis's favor. Now St. Louis backed up. Memphis can come up with a stop. Their offense has found some life.
Duggan's got a little bit of time. They'll try to set up the screen. Saylors has it, waiting for the convoy. There it is. Big play, Battlehawks. And a first down as Saylors rumbles out of bounds and a gain of 25.
Well, the initial motion takes this safety back to the middle of the field, and then just ends up not being a lot of people there for the screen back to the left side. There's only 2 defenders with 2 blockers out front. Really well-timed call by Phil McGagan, the offensive coordinator for the Battlehawks, using that motion to rotate the safeties, rotate that secondary away from where the screen's going to go, and then well executed by the offensive lineman and Max Duggan.
Hagan told us this week, Max Duggan does not have to carry this team. We've got to put him in the right spot to be successful. I think they're starting to do that a little bit more of what we've seen in this start today in week 7.
Well, Max Duggan's legs, honestly, have carried this team for a couple of drives. Made some big plays on the ground, but now they're starting to find some short throws to get the ball in the hands of some of their other playmakers. Still no targets, though, for Hakeem Butler yet.
On second down, Saylors gains a couple. Harry, do you feel like McGagan actually trusts Mac Duggan the way that he wants to yet?
No. And it's sad because they have so many offensive weapons in the pass game, and to have the inability to not get those guys the football, it can get frustrating at times. But what I will say about the St. Louis Battlehawks skill position players, they're out there blocking their tails off. You don't see anybody throwing tantrums on the sidelines.
Did Harry just drop the mic after that?
He basically did. He was speaking on behalf of his receiver brethren.
3rd and 7. Duggan, pressure. By a little bit of time, fling it out to the perimeter, and the pass is going to be hauled in. Gary Jennings stayed in bounds.
Well, the offensive line does a nice job this time on the 3-man rush, and just gives Max Duggan plenty of time. Hakeem Butler's hooked up over the middle of the field, but he goes out wide. And Jennings is able to make the catch, but I think he's just short, Roy. You can see where that ball comes down. It comes down short of the line to gain outside. And a stop for this Memphis defense.
So, Roddy, it's all about KYP, know your personnel, right? If I have Akeem Butler, who's about 6'6", 235 pounds, lined up at number 3, running a route across the middle, which we call a search route, throw the ball to the big body wide receiver so he can make that contested catch and you can move the chains.
It wasn't PYT, it was KYP. I think I've got that straight as Isaiah Henney awaits the end-over-end punt. And he gets decked. Absolutely walloped at the 12. Miles Jones. Have no mercy, young man. After a punt of 41, nothing on the return as Henney was crunched deep on his own end of the field. Well, on this Sunday afternoon, from our crew to yours, happy Mother's Day from all of us. So take a look at some of the great moms that helped raise us here at ESPN. We thank each and every one of you. We love all of you on this special day, and really Mother's Day should be celebrated every day of the year. For more on that, Harry Douglas with Dresser Wynn's family, and most importantly, his mom.
Yes, I'm here with a very special lady, Shelly Wynn, the mother of Dresser Wynn. How ecstatic are you about your son leading this Memphis Showboats football team?
Oh, I am so happy for him. I mean, he is doing what he loves, and, you know, honestly, I knew he was going to be doing this all along.
But I just heard you say before we came on camera, they need to get a drive going, right?
Let's do. I'm ready to see something happen right here. He's been in worse positions than this. I have no doubt he's going to be just fine. We just need to get something going.
Now, beside you is Gran.
That's Gran.
I called her grandma in the break, and she said, no, son, it's Gran. So I wanted to make sure I get it right. Gran, how excited are you to watch your grandbaby?
Oh, I'm on. Hello. How excited are you to get something going here?
Oh, I need to get it going bad right now. We're all here to support Dresser, though. I have 3 grandsons, and they're all here today, Dresser and 2 others.
So I want to tell both of you ladies happy Mother's Day, and also let everyone know on the broadcast that this entire section right here is supporting Dresser Wynn today on this fantastic Mother's Day.
All right, thank you.
Thank y'all.
HD, thank you, my friend. Great as always, the Wynn family. Dresser had to deal with a little bit of pressure there that last play, but a penalty results in a first down.
It ends up being okay for Memphis. You can hear the anguish in the voices of Shelly Wynn, Dresser's mom, and Gran as they live on every single moment of their son and grandson out there on the field.
Here's Wynn, clean pocket this time, out route available, and the pass will be reeled in. Kai Loxley, his second catch, came into this game with only 4 on this season. That'll move the chains, a 15-yard pickup.
Also a great job by Dresser Wynn, right? Understanding where the ball had to go, throwing with anticipation. I looked up at mom and Gran, and yes, they were clapping for their son and grandbaby.
I thought he was doing that hit still in the stands, just hanging out with him.
I thought Gran was feeding him that line.
More Harry Douglas in the stands, I don't think would be a bad thing. Willie Harvey going to make the stop here on Eric Prince.
Here we go. All good? Let's go. Let's go. Hop. The trips left off. 55 Miami on Monday, ready? Let's go. Let's go. Hurry up. Hurry up. Monday.
Showboats down 10. Second down and 11. Prince remains in the backfield. Battlehawks shows some pressure. And underneath it goes Isaiah Washington. Will high step his way close to the line to gain.
Really nice job by Dresser Wynn, working from the left side back over the middle where Isaiah Washington was on that shallow drag. Recognized the man-to-man coverage, went back to the route that's going to win against man coverage. Is able to make it a 3rd and short. This is where Memphis has struggled, though. 3rd and 4th and short.
Been stopped twice on 4th and a yard in this half. That is the difference in this game. to the edge. And this time they find a way with Prince. Rumbles into plus territory. And a 5-yard pickup.
On those stretch plays, one of the toughest blocks is that point of attack block by the left tackle on the defensive end. That time, Peter Delmupenu was lined up about 1.5 yards, 2 yards outside of James Tunstall, the left tackle, who did a nice job of getting him hooked just enough for Prince to get outside.
Noel Mazzoni trying to change the complexion of this Memphis offense. Dresser went, flings it, pass is caught, tight end Chris Pierce. And Pierce is going to pick up 11 yards and a first down.
And this pass had to be inch perfect by Dresser Wynn. Pierce is just going to drag over the top. Dresser Wynn's going to go with them. And there's not a lot of space there. Cameron Kelly's fingertips are about 7 centimeters away from this ball. But it was a perfect pass by Dresser Wynn into the arms of his tight end.
That's what happens when you have your mom and your grand basically say, we need to get a drive going here.
It started with the interview.
Yes, it did. I was going to say the only person that was more excited to see Harry Douglas than Shelly Wynn was our valet, who was all over the "that boy bang."
Deneric Prince up to the challenge that time. Got north and south. Gain of 14.
And check out the blocks by the interior of that offensive line. And on this outside zone scheme, on this stretch scheme, these 2 big running backs are so good at finding the hole, putting their foot in the ground, and getting north towards the end zone.
Prince again off the left edge. And on first down, Memphis starting to find its groove on the ground.
He's down 20 to 83. He's down 20 the coach right now. He might come on.
Let's go flex 53 Jade. Flex 53 Jade. Flex 53 Jade.
This pass out of the backfield.
You're faking me. Yeah, on the Delta, on the Delta. No, you're going to Buck Alley. Delta.
They'll run the reverse. Adams has it. Blockers in front and upended inside the 10. Oh, a first down for Memphis, and again inside the red zone.
This thing is almost blown up, but Adams is here. You're going to get 2 unblocked defenders on the right side of that offensive line, though, from St. Louis, who have a chance at Jonathan Adams, but the speed gets around and some decent blocking out front. They ran this play last week as well. It's certainly something that St. Louis will have practiced, but well-timed call by Leo Mazzoni. This time, by Noel Mazzoni, excuse me. This time running it in the red zone.
I think he stopped calling pitches for the Braves a little while ago.
I mean, you know, I grew up with Leo Mazzoni, so it was bound to happen.
Looking for Adams in the end zone. Coverage was there on the slant pattern. Cameron Kelly was trailing him for a moment. Adams wants a penalty marker.
Let's go.
Jim Turner thinking about the super challenge. And the 2-minute warning gets us to another timeout. Memphis on the move, yet again trailing by 2 scores at home.
Did he hold you? Did he tug you?
When I went across, he just grabbed me a little and the ball was coming. You just saying holding on our line?
On number 9, on him as the receiver. What's that?
He just saying don't challenge. They might not.
All right.
What do you want to do?
Good. I'm not.
Next play.
Okay, next play. I'm not going to challenge it.
Second and 10, let's go.
Jim Turner, interim head coach for Memphis, was ready to go with the super challenge. The flag was ready. Jonathan Adams thought he was interfered with on that pattern.
Yeah, he's trying to cross the face of Cameron Kelly, the safety, and I don't think there's enough there for that to be overturned and a hold be given. And the ball wasn't in the air, so I don't think you're going to get a pass interference. I think it's a good no challenge by Jim Turner.
Strong drive for Dresser Wynn, boosted by the in-game interview with his family. 10th play of the drive coming up on 2nd and goal.
Here we go, let's go.
Sun has popped out for the first time today. Prince on the toss. Deneric Prince to the edge. Inside the 5. Mike Rose, he'll barrel him out of bounds.
I really like that play call from Noah Mazzoni. Just using the defense, defense's leverage against them. They didn't have very many guys the same side as the back. Just release the tackle to go out and block the run support defender from the secondary and have the running back outrun the linebackers.
Dresser Wynn, the former All-OVC quarterback at UT. Martin, and a touchdown strike. Jonathan Adams rips it away. Second touchdown grab of the season for the physical Jonathan Adams from Arkansas State.
You're going to get a blitz from the linebacker, and then 3 defenders jump outside of Jonathan Adams, who just hooks up in the vacated zone. And finally, Shelly Wynn and the Wynn family and Grant have something to cheer for as their baby throws a touchdown pass to bring Memphis to within 4.
On Mother's Day, Memphis now will go for the 2-point conversion from the 5-yard line. Prince will motion out an empty backfield for Dresser Wynn. He's got time. Feeling the pressure, the ball pops out. Conversion attempt is no good. Travis Feeney forced the fumble. And Memphis fortunate that play didn't end in more disaster than how it did.
Yes, they were, but what a positive drive for Memphis. Obviously ending up in a touchdown was the key goal, but finally you converted on a 3rd and short. Got some rhythm in the passing game, and Dresser Wynn just looked in command. Finds his big receiver, Jonathan Adams, to get in the end zone.
Jim Turner loved it.
Toe. Go for 2. Yeah, go for 2.
Jim Turner, a guy who made multiple boxing references on our call with him this week. He's a big fan of Marvelous Marvin Hagler and Rocky Marciano. He knows this is a 12-round fight. This wasn't going to be a first-round knockout for either team. And Dresser Wynn has shown that he is up for the fight. The resilience of this offense after being stopped twice on 4th and short. Didn't hang their heads, just went back and went to work and got in the end zone.
Noel Mazzoni told us, I didn't know who Dresser Wynn was, but when I turned the film on, I said, I got to find out who he is and talk to him. Turns out he's the new starting quarterback. And he's got Memphis in position. Blake Jackson from the goal line. Upended crossing the 20. $1:45 to go after a return of 22. And we're down with Harry Douglas again, HD.
I'm here with quarterback Dresser Wynn for the Memphis Showboats. 4 for 5 on that drive and a touchdown pass. How did it feel out there?
Felt good. Just get some rhythm going. So, hey, when you get some rhythm going, you get a little confidence, and everybody starts playing a little faster, a little smarter. It gets a little confidence, like I said, and offense moves better.
So right when that drive was starting, I interviewed your mother and also your gran, and they said that you needed to get the drive started. What do you say to them right now?
I'll say they're right. They're hard on me, and I love it. So, yeah, they're right, and I guess I answered for them. So there we go.
Great job, buddy.
Appreciate you.
Harry, great job by you as well. 1st and 10 Battlehawks, and the draw. Saylors across the 25 to the 27.
I like the decision to go with the draw to try and get the drive going. It puts you in a 2nd and medium. St. Louis is going to start to go fast if they can get this drive going.
Dump off route. And Akeem Butler drifting backwards. That'll be his first reception of the season that didn't end in a touchdown.
True jet. True jet.
That seems like a moment there for St. Louis. Trying to get Akeem Butler more involved, drawing all the attention to come back with Darby. And not this time. Great coverage by Boykin.
This pass game has really not been able to get going today. They've had the most success with the short passing game, and Max Duggan trying to fit it in a tight window. Not quite able to get it low enough for Frank Darby to be able to use his body away from the defender. But this is an interesting situation because on the other side, Memphis has 2 timeouts. If you throw the ball twice here, you're going to give the ball back to Memphis with a decent chunk of time left in those 2 timeouts. But I think St. Louis wants to be aggressive. We'll see.
Duggan will try to push it down the field. Heaves one deep. Darby is there, and he brings it in Memphis territory, and a massive conversion. And a gain of 29.
They do a really good job of stretching the safety. You can see him to the top left of the screen. He starts to drift inside. The cover two safeties responsible for that half of the field. He starts to drift inside with Ja'Cour Pearson, which leaves Frank Darby wide open on the corner route. A good delivery by Max Duggan, hitting the layup there.
It's important for this Memphis defense. They gave up a touchdown right before halftime last week versus Houston. So you want to kind of get a stop here, or hold them to a field goal. You don't want them to get into the end zone.
Back-to-back receptions by Frank Darby. Cole, I have to imagine that we see Max Duggan's confidence perhaps improve a little bit after a little bit of a slow start. He was 4 for his first 8, then back-to-back tosses that were grabbed by Frank Darby.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt. And the messaging around a couple of members of this offense on the sideline after 2-3 drives was, we just need a completion. He just needs to get the ball in the hands of a receiver, get some positive yardage now. Really feels like he's found a little bit of momentum, a little bit of rhythm.
It's been lacking. Pearson goes in motion. And a quick strike on the slant. Pass is caught. That's enough to move the chains again. It's Gary Jennings, so it's Duggan. He has been accurate. Gain of 15. He's spreading the wealth around on this drive, too.
And that was a very good on-time pass by Max Duggan, hitting the top of his drop, delivering the football.
A different Max Duggan through the air on this possession. It's back to the ground. And a short gain of 1.
So, Roy, what helps that confidence for Max Duggan in a 2-minute situation is 2-minute, right? You know you have to throw the football. You don't have to think about anything. Plays are just being called. You're going up there, you're lining up, and you're delivering the football to your guys. It's a bit different, right, when you're starting the game out in that whole night.
Utilize the space. Is it close for that? Because we're good. Too close. Yeah. Good call.
Coach Beck has the announcer voice, by the way, because he used to be a television announcer.
It's a very good one, too.
A great one, the former first-round pick of the Jets back in 2000.
Well, keep in mind what we've seen here on this drive, guys. A lot of the quick game stuff. Now, Bill McLaughlin is a little bit more of that West Coast offense, some of the longer developing plays. But Max Duggan background, that's air raid. His college coach was an air raid disciple, so quick game is something he's more familiar with, and maybe one of the reasons for the success on this drive.
Fair to say Sonny Dykes, Mr. Air Raid, he's part of that tree that goes really deep back to the 1980s. On second down, Duggan wants to throw it, and he does, delivers the goods, and they are grabbed. Pearson came back a little bit for the touchdown. And from 13 yards out, here comes Max Duggan. He's entered the chat. He looked like a different quarterback on that drive.
Certainly did, and the time that he was given was tremendous as well. Ja'Cour Pearson, you're going to get a couple of short routes from these two outside receivers, and then Ja'Cour Pearson just right over the top of them. Gets one-on-one coverage. End up switching off so that you've got the underneath defender chasing, and a really nice throw by Max Duggan away from Eric Garrer and in the hands of Pearson.
Go for 1. Duggan 4 of 5 on that drive for 65 yards. Saylors the running back, and from the 2-yard line, he's going to get close to the goal line. And they will say he was stopped short. So our new score at 16-6 after Ja'Cour Pearson's first touchdown of the season. Former Ole Miss standout.
Look at this. Look how Jacob Saylors got close. He gets turned, and from that angle, certainly agree. Although does reach that ball out. I think he's in. From that look, it looks like before anything goes down, he reaches that ball across, and when he comes down, the ball is certainly
him. That's the only thing that matters. He's him.
I just saw a couple.
Sorry, guys, that was Jared Jones-Smith just grabbing the mic. When an offensive lineman comes over, I'm just going to let him have the mic. I'm sorry.
Rightfully so. We'll check in with the Verizon Command Center. Dean Blandino.
Nothing down the line. That's the key. The near card is not on the line. This is my best look, and I can see the knee down, but I can't tell where the ball is in relation to the goal line. So we're going to let it stand. We're going to let it stand. Nothing definitive. Ruling stands.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. The try is no good.
Check in again with Cole Kublik.
Fellas, I got you. Core Pearson caught that touchdown pass. Just man-to-man on that one? Was that just winning a one-on-one?
Yeah, it was man-to-man on that one. Wait, first thing I got to say, happy Mother's Day to my mom. I love you. But yeah, it was man-to-man out there. And it was just easy conversion. We killed it. We had the look we wanted. Touchdown.
What's Akeem Butler bringing you these gloves for? What's that all about?
Yeah, they didn't want to let me wear my grip boots, but we still in the end zone, though.
What, they banned the gloves?
Yeah,
They're too sticky?
They banned the Just Chill gloves. They told me just chill.
What's wrong? Let's see them. What's wrong with them?
I don't got them.
There we go. It's like little leaguers with illegal bats, guys.
Unbelievable. Breaking news, Cole Kublik on the sideline.
I didn't know that gloves got I thought they were all just super sticky.
This would be my expectation. Garrett, some coverage moments ago, slides down as he fell down across the 25. Week 8, UFL starts Friday with Memphis and San Antonio. That's at 8 Eastern over on Fox. Saturday at 1 o'clock on Fox, see either Michigan against St. Louis or Birmingham at St. Louis. That's Michigan and Houston, Birmingham at St. Louis. Sunday at noon on ABC. Arlington takes on DC to wrap up the weekend. Week 8 of the UFL, the playoff push is on. And for both of these teams today, means a little bit more. Memphis has to win this game to stay in postseason consideration. Well, the Battlehawks, they are right there knocking on the door, just a half game behind DC in their conference.
And the Memphis running back, Wes Hills, came off of the field after that kickoff return limping. Took him into the medical tent. Certainly don't expect Memphis to run the ball here, but the running backs have been big pass targets as well.
Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. Dresserwin wants to throw it. Escapes pressure. Awkward chest pass pump fake, and he'll race out of bounds.
It was a lot of work for a very minimal gain, but it was good to escape the pressure and at least get out of bounds.
Isaiah Mack was the one that was coming after him.
Hey, Mark.
You ever done the fake the chest pass in basketball where it's right there? That's what that looked like to me.
Here, Jim Turner, goal of this drive is to get at least a field goal.
Not a lot of time to work with. They'll set up the screen. Here's Prince. Really didn't get the blocking he wanted out in front. Stopped near the 35.
He also didn't get out of bounds. I mean, every player has to know that you get as much as possible, but as soon as you feel like you're going to get pressure from a defender, you got to get out of bounds. You can't get tackled short of the line to gain and in the field of play.
Dagger.
One more, yep.
Jim Turner contemplating this third down call. So see Noel Mazzoni.
Hold on. It's going to be stack right empty. 53 HBO. Don't leave it. Okay, 53 HBO Monday. Ready?
19 seconds to go in the half. Third down and 3.
Monday, Monday.
Dresserwin escapes. Had to poke the football out in front of him to try to get the first down. It was close.
He thought about launching this thing. He gets a receiver going downfield, and he thought about launching it down the field. Probably wise that he doesn't into double coverage, but Dresserwin took a peek. Ultimately gets the first down. Now you're 13 seconds left, 1 timeout. Everybody has to know that it's got to be out of bounds or past the sticks. If you get tackled in the field of play, past the first down line, you're likely either spiking it if you can get up quick enough or calling that last time out, but you want to get out of bounds if you can.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard
Something
penalty.
you can't afford.
First down.
Delay of game penalty.
Certainly don't love it.
Back 'em up 5. Reset the game clock to 13 seconds. Spotted at the 32.
This offense probably needs 25, 30 yards before you're in comfortable field goal range.
Coughlin has connected from 52 yards this season. Dresser went going the wrong direction. Damupedu came in number 7, as does a penalty flag.
Zap 10, right? Zap 10.
Just Zach 10, yeah. Do they want to take a timeout? Find out if they want to take their last timeout.
He does not want to take it.
All right.
Intentional grounding. Offense number 12. Penalties of loss of down by the foul. It includes a 10-second runoff. That's the end of the half.
8 seconds to go, and Dresser went going in the wrong direction. The intentional grounding call.
Yeah, so Dresser Wynn is trying to escape the pocket, but the pocket's determined by where the tackle is at the start of the play. I think he was just on the edge of that pocket when he releases it. Obviously, that's what the referees thought, and it ends up being an intentional grounding and ends the half.
Halftime in Memphis, St. Louis. The lead is 10 on the road against the Showboats. As we step aside, halftime reports coming up. Well, halftime continues in the City of Blues. The Showboats and St. Louis getting the job done in exciting first 2 quarters in the books already. Roddy Jones, Roy Philpott, Cole Kublik, Harry Douglas on the sideline. We love the access in the United Football League. It is unprecedented and has been unparalleled, and it's always a great time.
It really is, and as we get closer towards the playoffs, we get towards the end of the season, the tension ratchets up and our access gets even better because you can hear it in the voices of these coaches and players. And this is my favorite thing that we do all week, this little compilation of the access, because one game's worth of access here in the UFL is like a season's worth of access in college football or the NFL. So I can't wait to see what we have. It is always must-see TV.
How about no-look dimes and backflips, the best sights and sounds from a week ago.
Dominate on 3, dominate on 3, 1, 2, 3, dominate. Let's go, your mama's here.
I don't think I've ever seen this in football before. BT Potter's going to kick the football off sideways. What in the world are we doing here?
I can't get him to throw the ball the way it's supposed to be. I don't know. I mean, you call it whatever you want.
Way to believe me, bro.
Timeout.
Tell me, where else are you?
You know, I'm a big and tall model. You're not getting my modeling on. I don't think these guys care much about how the hair looks right here. Check that out.
Feelings right there, man. Our pops right there. I love you, man.
What a thunderous hit by Armani Marsh. He just wrecked Dresser Wynn, and TJ Franklin scoop and score.
Is this quarterback gonna cry every time he hits the ground? You're gonna be going home until Wednesday, so just chill. I got you. And don't embarrass me on TV.
Anthony Beck, there's no crying in football. Of course, today's game here in Memphis, the final game in a very exciting Week 7. We take a look back on the games that have already concluded. And, yeah, the playoff race starting to take shape, Roddy.
It is. Just before we get into this, C.J. Johnson, the head coach of the Houston Roughnecks, needs his own reality show, just miking him up during the game. But you can see the storylines. The defenders coming back to beat the Brahmas 32-24. And then in a wild game between the Panthers and the Renegades, Toa, the game-winning touchdown with 1 second left, the football equivalent of a buzzer beater. Roy, it's been some really good games over the course of the weekend and big implications, obviously, in every single one.
And the Michigan Panthers off and running with Bryce Perkins. Toa, they have been elite so far this season. As we step aside in Memphis, the start of our second half. Showboats, Battlehawks, headed your way next. Welcome back to Memphis and the start of our second half. The Battlehawks leading the Showboats by a score of 16-6. Roddy Jones, Roy Philpott, Cole Kublik, Harry Douglas, and of course to begin our third quarter, check in again with our sports betting analyst, Aaron Dolan, for the latest on the trends to begin this second half here, the City of Blues.
Well, heading into this game, the public really liked the St. Louis side of things as well as the over. And right now we're currently seeing St. Louis laying 13.5 points, with that total ticking up a little bit to 41.5. We also mentioned Dresser Wynn on the Memphis side. People really liking over his passing yards prop. He's halfway there. But the most important thing is a lot of games as of recently have really come down to the wire, so anything can happen at the end of a UFL game.
It always feels like that's the case, and right now it's time to take a look at our progressive game flow. And today we have Max Duggan mic'd up for us in our first 2 quarters.
I gotta throw the ball. Can't do this shit all game. I know, like, I'm reading him, and he came down, and I was like, throw it. I was like, I felt like I meshed too long. I just felt like that one, like, I was in a rhythm.
Take a look at our first half stats brought to you by Progressive. And, well, the Battlehawks starting to emerge somewhat in the passing game department, Roddy, with Max Duggan, who we just heard from, mic'd up in those first 2 quarters. How do you assess what we've seen?
Well, based on the stats and the score, you'd be surprised that Memphis is 5 of 8 on third downs. 2 of those 8 were that they didn't convert, were 4th down stops that then stunted Memphis drives. They also dropped an interception early in the game that would have prevented a St. Louis touchdown. But this Memphis team feels much more in it than the score would suggest. They've been able to move the football. They've had some success against this St. Louis offense, but you just got to make the plays at crucial moments to get back into this thing.
Harry Douglas was in the Memphis locker room at halftime. Harry, what did we hear?
Yeah, guys, it was all about capitalizing on the opportunities that presented themselves on the football field. When you look back at that first half on offense, it was a 4th and 1, another 4th and 1 that they got stopped on. Defensively, it was the inability to stop the St. Louis Battlehawks in 2 minutes on that drive going into the halftime, but also dropping an interception in the red zone that would have stopped the touchdown that the Battlehawks actually got. So capitalizing off the opportunities, and then Coach Horton, defensively, he said, guys, we got to create turnovers. Get those takeaways. They're last in the league right now in takeaways, so let's see if they can do that in the second half, fellas.
Yeah, to your point, hitting that box score, the drop interception by Steel Chambers. That was an enormous momentum shift in favor, again, of the Battlehawks in that first half.
It really was, and this is a defense that all year long has kind of done it the hard way. They don't create a ton of negative plays. They don't blitz a lot, so they don't get a ton of sacks. They don't create turnovers, so you're just having to consistently go 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down, all the way down the field, and they haven't come up with those crucial moment plays.
Cole was part of the St. Louis locker room at halftime. Cole Kublik, what do we have?
Interesting messaging from Anthony Beck, head coach of the Battlehawks, said he feels like there's a list of teams in this league that have proven they don't finish games. And there's a list of teams that have proven they know how to finish games. He wants to be on that list of teams that know how to finish football games. He likes the complementary football that he's seen so far. So if they can continue that going in the second half, they'll find a way to get a win.
10-point advantage, halfway home.
For St. Louis offensively, you'd love to see them run the ball better with your traditional run game and not Max Duggan. But these are the standings right now. Memphis at the bottom of the USFL conference needs a win to stay mathematically relevant for the playoffs, where in the XFL conference, the St. Louis win here today. You've got them in DC at 5-2, creating a clear line of demarcation between them and the Arlington Renegades at 3-4 right now. So a real chance to take hold of this playoff race for the St. Louis Battlehawks with a win today.
Guys, I would argue, too, that line of demarcation exists for 4 teams that would all be 5-2, representing both conferences. You take a look at what Michigan has done this year, what St. Louis has been a part of, Birmingham, and those teams, along with DC, in the driver's seat. Jim Turner wants to crash that party. His team's got to find a way to rally in the second half, and they're going to get the football first to give the Showboats an opportunity. Garrett back deep to receive, awaiting the kickoff into the landing zone from Rodrigo Blankenship, former Georgia standout who is NFL ready and has yet to miss a kick this entire season. From the 6-yard line, And along the far sideline, a little shake and bake by Isaiah Henney. Had the incredible kick six just a couple of weeks ago. 28-yard return. Roddy, is there anything we want to see different from Dresser Wynn to begin this third quarter?
No, I think letting go of the ball more in rhythm is where he needs to stay. I thought on that 2-minute drive to end the half, he held on to the ball too long. But other than that, they've been able to move the ball down the field. 5 for 8 on third downs. He has not put the ball in harm's way. They have to continue to run the ball well so that these two pass rushers, Feeney and Talmupenu, can't tee off on him on third and longs. But ultimately, I thought he's been okay today.
No Wes Hills for this second half, out with a calf strain. And Eric Prince, the only other active running back on the roster. Jonathan Adams, his second catch. And it's enough to move the chains. His first grab went for a touchdown. Only score of the day for Memphis, a gain of 12 here.
Adams is in the slot. He's just going to run a little dig route. And it's a nice delivery, again, on time from Dresser Wynn. And if Jonathan Adams has the ball in his other hand, I mean, it's very natural to tuck the ball away in your right hand in that situation. But had he known he was going to cross the field, if he'd had it in his left, I think he could have used that right arm as a stiff arm. Probably gotten more yardage.
Adams, a physical target. A little RPO action looking his direction again. Harry, how do you evaluate Jonathan Adams? Big guy. He's put up some big yards at times this year. You play in the NFL, and Adams tends to be a pretty good route runner.
Yeah, I would say this right here. You look at this play, it's a ball that he should, in my opinion, catch in traffic because he's so big. You don't want that DB coming on, smacking your arm and getting that ball out of there. But, you know, he's a physical specimen, so you want to get him the football in traffic. Also, his run after catch, we call it yak, he's very good at that as well.
Undrafted free agent signed by Detroit back in 2021. Standout performer at Arkansas State. Delayed handoff, 1-yard gain. Goes to Prince, it'll be third and long.
I think if you're Memphis, down 10, you're 1-5. I'm not saying you give up on games when you're 1-5, but I think it's 4-down territory. The way that you've operated offensively, you don't love your ability on third and short.
Let's go.
But I do think that you're telling your quarterback, hey, look, this is two-play territory if we're able to get a decent game.
Here's Wynn. Quick strike looking at Adams. And was wide of the intended target. It'll be 4th and 9.
Well, Jonathan Adams on that route, you have to keep running. Don't slow down. You don't know where you're going to get the football, but you run the route as if you're going to get it every single time.
Harry, how much of that is a bigger receiver that is typically outside? He does play in the slot, but playing in the slot more to try and get him open and just not understanding that. How much do you think that it is, that aspect of it?
Well, it plays a factor, but it's also good teaching tape, right? So when you get back in the meeting rooms or you get to the sideline, your quarterback will tell you, hey, I'm expecting you to keep running out on this route and not throttle down.
Matt Mingle punts it down to the 12. Here's Pearson. Had a touchdown, his first of the season in our second quarter. We'll stay here for the Battlehawks after a punt of 41, a return of 16. And Max Duggan, who I thought appeared play at a different level, a higher level, that final touchdown drive of the half for the Battlehawks. Let's see what happens here.
Harry made the point going into halftime, and you can hear Max Duggan say in the mic'd up that we played earlier in the half, he was in a rhythm, and a lot of that was because of the 2-minute offense. It allows these quarterbacks to worry about so much less. The defenses, as you go with tempo, are typically simpler. The play calls are coming in quick. You're just having to play fast. See if he stays in that rhythm.
Screen pass to Blake Jackson. Sniffed down at the line.
Trips right, 300 jet Purdue, X hot. Trips right, 300 jet Purdue, X hot.
Hey, trips right, 300 jet Purdue, X hot. I'm all ready. Let's go hitch right now.
Jarvion Howard, the running back. Will McGagan, the offensive play caller. Abides by his 7 principles. Winning football, he calls it his formula. Go back to Blake Jackson one more time to the well, close to a first down.
come out slinging with Max Duggan. The ball a little too much for my liking. But
listen, I'll tell you this: if cornerback Mark Gilbert was actually looking at the cornerback, this probably could have been a pick six.
Yeah, when he broke in that ball, his eyes went straight to the receiver. But he probably arrived, Harry, earlier than he thought he would.
I agree.
3rd and 1. 4 minutes in to our second half. Sutherland goes in motion into the flats. He'll retrieve it, pick up the first and a little bit more. So Jake Sutherland, 7th catch of the season, an 8-yard pickup on 3rd and 1.
It's really nicely done by Blake Jackson, who's going to block the in-man on the line of scrimmage as Sutherland goes out. And the reason this is not offensive pass interference is because the ball is caught at the line, at or behind the line of scrimmage. No OPI, well done, well designed. And then first down for the St. Louis Battlehawks offense.
So the catch made even a yard in front of the line of scrimmage, that's going to be an infraction. Here's Howard on first down, ahead towards midfield.
That is correct, yeah. So if you're, you know, anytime you think of screen passes or any pass behind the line of scrimmage, all those players are blocking down the field. It's when you get past the line of scrimmage, that ball's thrown past the line of scrimmage, that's when you start to get those OPI calls. So it takes a lot of discipline by the player running the route to stay in a place where the quarterback's not throwing them up the field.
2nd down and 6. Saylors back in at running back for St. Louis. Duggan floats the screen pass. And a short gain bring us to 3rd down as Saylors had to jump up to make the grab. Kyrie Woods brought him down to the turf.
Just a little screen pass. Saylors going to come to the line of scrimmage and then leak out, get a couple offensive linemen in front of him. And it's not poorly played by this Memphis defense. Safety coming down, making a play, and Big Bookie Roberts at 290 pounds, able to get in the alley and finish it off.
Well, if you stop that right after he gets to the back of that drop, it looks like it's set up perfectly.
Yes, it does. Great point.
Jaron Horton, defensive play caller for the Showboats, done a nice job this year, including today. Quick delivery, and the pass was tipped at the line of scrimmage by Bronson. Gary Jennings was trying to break free inside the 40.
Max Duggan, not the tallest quarterback in the league at 6'1". And Josiah Bronson just gets his big mid up in the air and hits that ball down. It's a good stop by Memphis defensively. Feels like one they needed. They had to have early in this second half.
It's never a small mitt either.
No, I would never characterize a defensive lineman's hands as small because they put them hands on me and the hand's gonna look real big.
It's unpleasant.
Yeah, it's not fun. Offense number 84, 5-yard penalty. It's 4th down.
Cole, did you ever play against defensive linemen with small hands? Would you ever
say? Not that I can recall, no.
Yeah, they've all got always big and heavy hands.
They all work on the grip string too. You got to strike and shed, get your hands on somebody, hold them, hold that point of attack, and then throw them left to right. So whatever that is with the little vice grip deals, or holding the plates or holding the bumpers.
Yeah.
That was In the Trenches right there on the Cole Kublik podcast we just heard from.
I lived with a couple of defensive linemen. They used to talk about fast and violent hands. Wouldn't even let you touch them. They'd slap it down.
Wow. Harsh. Diving ahead is Henny. And the Showboats will get it back after a punt of 38, a return of just 1 yard. And Memphis still trailing by 10 in our 3rd quarter. UFL is brought to you by Progressive. Protect your auto, home, and business today at progressive.com. On this Mother's Day, from our crew to yours, we wish each and every one of you watching today a very special and happy Mother's Day. So glad you could join us here in Memphis, Tennessee. And Harry Douglas, one of the stars of the show, talking hand size on the sidelines. Harry.
Yeah, I'm with defensive lineman Josiah Brunson, who just got that pass deflection on 3rd and 5. And we were having a conversation in the breaks about your hand size. Yeah. So put your hands up. Let me see what you got working.
I got no crazy.
Oh, he doesn't have monstrous hands.
I ain't got the UFL.
So what is it all about?
I say, man, these arms and this brain right here, man, that's how I made that play.
See, it's all about intelligence and setting up your offensive lineman and getting a pass deflection on 3rd down for your team, right?
Yes, sir.
My man.
Yes, sir, there. Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Atta baby.
Josiah Brunson played his college ball at Washington. And Eric Prince going to weave his way through traffic. Gain of 3.
So what I take away from that interview, big brain over big hands. And Cole, you were telling us from an offensive lineman perspective, sometimes it's not the size of the hand in the fight.
I think it's more about accuracy. It could be, big hand, small hand, strong, whatever it is. You know how to land your punch. That's going to ultimately give you that initial advantage, whether you're an offensive lineman or defensive lineman. You get your hands inside, you can consistently land it. We see tackles that bear hug guys all the time in their pass sets, or you see D linemen that get their hands outside the framework of an offensive lineman. You're going to get taken advantage of, and that's going to give me an advantage from a leverage perspective, a push perspective, and the perspective of being able to hold the point of attack.
3rd down and 7, halfway home in our 3rd quarter. A big play coming up for the Showboats. Wynn going to be sacked. Ball came out. And the Battlehawks got home. The fumble was forced by Isaiah Mack. Go backwards 8 yards and a turnover.
Going to get a little TT twist right here. The first defensive tackle goes, and then you get a wraparound behind him. That's going to free the free rusher up. Try and get to Dresser Wynn, and this is about ball security. I mean, Dresser Wynn had a strip sack last week against them that was returned for a touchdown by the Houston Roughnecks. Got to secure the football. That thing was knocked out once again, and St. Louis is in position to be able to score.
Ball! Yeah! Let's go!
Anthony Beck loving every moment there. Duggan back on the field. Saylors gets a touch. Upended near the 10. Well, the Battlehawks taking advantage of their pristine defensive approach today. And Donnie Abraham, I don't know that we've talked enough about the great job he's done drawing up the pressures, blitzes for head coach Anthony Beck. Well, they've been on point this season and certainly here today in Memphis.
It's a defensive line that is so talented. It doesn't need a lot of games. You don't have to bring a ton of blitzes, but that one well timed. You didn't have the first group in, so you run a little game inside. It frees you up. You get a turnover.
They're going to get it back to Blake Jackson, who wants to throw it. Jackson's going to run it now. And brought down behind the 15. A loss of 7. Levelston was able to get there. A little trickery for St. Louis, trying to keep the foot on the gas in this 10-point lead.
That one felt like a recipe where the chef just puts one too many ingredients in, and it would have been really good had you stopped before you put the cumin in, Roy. But that play, the reverse would have been just fine, but the reverse pass, and it was doomed, is well covered down the field. But I think they'd have had something had it just been a reverse.
And Jackson, of course, the All-American quarterback at D3. Harry Hardin Baylor. On 3rd down, underneath, and it's going to be intercepted. The Showboats catch a break, literally. Kyrie Woods back to the 48-yard line. New life for Memphis after Hakeem Butler couldn't haul it in. And the Showboats living on the edge, trying to stay mathematically involved in the postseason conversation after a 36-yard return on the pick. Back in business.
I'm with Mr. Interception himself, Kyrie Woods. You're playing your zone. Talk about what you've seen and how you made the interception.
First of all, it was a great call by my DC, Jaren. I was just in the right spot. Everybody was in the right spot. The corner made a nice play and broke up the pass, and I was just able to be right there to intercept it.
At halftime, your defensive coordinator overstated how you guys needed to get some takeaways. How good does it feel for you getting that second one of the year?
It feels great, man. I mean, this year we haven't been able to get the ball. It's been hard. We've been playing great defense, great coverage, and we finally got blessed. So I just want to shout out to God. This was him, and I'm just glad I was able to make a play.
Anything you want to say to your mother on Mother's Day?
Hey, Ma, I told you, Ma, I love you. Grandmother, I love you so much. All the women in my family, happy Mother's Day.
Good job.
Thank you so much.
Originally out of Mesa, Arizona, played his college ball at San Diego State, tore his ACL. He's a senior in 2019. See him as a cornerback and as a safety in the nickel for Memphis. Gave a shout out to his DC as well, Jaron Horton. Loss of 1 yard as the Showboats get it back. When do we see a shot from this offense for Memphis?
I think you have to at some point. Expected it kind of on first down after the turnover. Maybe our TV timeout threw off the mojo of the shot. But I think at some point you have to push the ball down the field, see if you can make something happen, especially with a big receiver like Jonathan Adams.
Trailing by 10. No West Hills in the second half. Prince the only running back available. And Dresser Wynn's going to complete the pass inside the 40, and it goes to Loxley. Third catch of the day and a gain of 14.
He came in with 4 catches this season, did Kai Loxley, and his 3 catches have been big, all of them. Good on-time delivery by Dresser Wynn, who if he waited any longer would have been greeted by St. Louis Battlehawks defender in his grill.
That's the second one on that out route. We call that a semi, a 12-yard speed out.
There was speed and great hands involved there, Harry. Dresser Wynn buys a little bit of time, and it's going to end up absolutely golden to Adams. Racing inside the 10. Gain of 31.
Hey, here we go. Cheesecake, 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 cheesecake.
Sounds like me ordering dessert.
Strawberries on the side. Let's find out what Noel Mazzoni dials up here. Just inside the 10, first down and goal on Prince. I don't think so. Travis Feeney was there.
You know, those hurry-up calls, you could hear Noel Mazzoni, cheesecake. That has everything packaged into one thing. It tells everybody everything they need to know. Formation, play, checks, all of it in one word. Delivered to the quarterback and to the entire offense, really.
And Roy, you like that plain cheesecake, talking about some strawberries. I want Snickers cheesecake. That's
Snickers cheesecake.
Yeah.
Be fancy.
Even sweeter on Mother's Day, Harry. Towards the end zone, nearly picked off at Dresser Wynn. Wants that pass back. Ontario Cole returning to his hometown in Memphis, the former Louisville standout. Nearly had the pick.
You're going to see the route come across the middle. This is another one of those that Harry was talking about. This ball's got to be up near the crossbar. It's behind the receiver. It's low. Just a dangerous throw by Dresser Wynn.
Ronnie, I would also tell you, I don't think 2 receivers are supposed to be in the same area in the tight red zone either.
Yeah, it's usually looked down upon when you have 2 guys standing in the same general vicinity. Brings a lot of defenders.
Haywood Davis in motion on third down and goal, floating it towards him, and it's incomplete. But again, the Battlehawks defense stands tall in the red zone.
But as long as you're able to convert this field goal, it's still positive for Memphis offensively. You bring it to within 1 score. Your defense finally broke the seal of turnovers, their second created takeaway of the season. And the defense has played pretty well for the majority of the game. So I still think a positive drive.
Coughlin a perfect 2 for 2 last week. Loss at Houston. 10 for 12 on the season, now 11 of 13. And back to a 1-possession game. Don't forget the Stanley Cup playoffs on ESPN. Continue with second-round action Tuesday night. Dallas hosts Winnipeg. Game 4 at 8 Eastern. Coverage starts at 7:30 with the Point. And happy Mother's Day to all. And there's Philpott family, my wife Abby, Piper in Phoenix. Love you guys. Can't wait to get back home. We'll see you later tonight, but happy Mother's Day indeed for all.
Happy Mother's Day, Abby. Happy Mother's Day to my mother, Angel, my wife, Jackie.
Great picture of you guys we saw earlier.
Thank you.
Can I also say this, guys, about all our wives, significant others, you know, who are mothers? They actually have extra kids in the house with us. Every last one of us.
Said it right, yep.
I tried to give the best Mother's Day gift of all, and that's getting one out of the house today. Brought her with me.
She still hasn't made her appearance on the broadcast, Cole. We eagerly await it.
She's asked multiple times.
And you're definitely going to get bonus points for that, Cole.
We all need bonus points these days, don't we? Here's Blake Jackson from inside the 5. The hurdle. And shoved out just shy of the 30-yard line. Penalty marker comes in late, too.
Okay, you got holding during the return. During the return, what number?
Go 26.
26. And here's the end, so it's the same spot then. Yep.
During the return, holding, receiving team number 26. 10-yard penalty from the end of the run. It's first down.
Referee today, Brian Banks, and the infraction brings it back. We got a lot of time left in this game. Memphis trying to be the hang-around team in the postseason picture. In St. Louis, well, we know how good the Battlehawks have been trying to win their 5th game in 7 tries.
Man, again, it's this defense under pressure again. Come up with a stop. Try and let their offense go back to work.
Back to the workhorse, Jacob Saylors, tripped up near the 24 by Eli Walker. 5-yard pickup.
And if you were to critique this St. Louis offense, their inability to run the football with Jacob Saylors is probably the only thing you look at and say, hey, you wish we could improve that area. Good start, though, on first down with a nice game.
.90 seconds to go in our 3rd quarter. Duggan, pockets clean for now. Floats one deep, man-to-man coverage. Jennings comes up with the catch. I'm not sure how he ripped it away from Cameron Dantzler. The ball was in the air forever, and then here comes Gary Jennings and a gain of 39.
I thought for sure that Cameron Dantzler cutting in front of Jennings was going to be able to take this away. But the 1-2 by the receiver doing a great job when they hit the ground of having that arm in there and ripping it away from the defender.
Back to Verizon UFL Command Center, Dean Blandino.
So I'm on this end zone shot, near sideline handheld. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, we're looking to see if the ball hit the ground before he had control of it. It's tight, so we're just going to walk through this because it's just so, there's so much shadow there. 12 definitely comes up with it, but is it loose? I can see eventually he does have it. Do we have anything else? Any other clear shots? That's the only other shot. Yep. I just don't have enough to change it. Okay, after review, the ruling on the field stands.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. It's first down, St. Louis.
Roddy, after that kind of effort. Harry, you know how hard it is to make a catch like that in traffic 50 yards down the field. It feels deserving that that was warranted and designated to be a grab.
Yeah, everybody else's list, they will call that a 50-50 ball. When you're talking to a wide receiver, not 100-100, but it's a 100-100 ball, baby. Good job by Mr. Jennings.
Out of West Virginia, Stafford, Virginia, 6'1", 216, playing bigger than that frame on that reception. Saylors to the edge. 2 penalty markers come in.
Flag, got a flag. All right, guys, hey, we got 2 flags. Let's just make sure.
The result of the play is the first.
Okay.
75.
75 holding, previous spot foul. Okay.
Holding, offense number 75. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. It's first down.
Jared Jones-Smith negates a 7-yard gain by Saylors on the ground.
Yeah, he's right here on the left side of your screen. And he's just going to grab the defender as he tries to go inside. Arms wrapped around. And it's a pretty easy call on the offensive line for the officials. It's unfortunate because it's a good gain on first down. And probably didn't need it.
Jarvion Howard, the new running back. Duggan at the controls. Pearson reverses his field, and he shouldn't have done it. Tackled all the way back. The Battlehawks side of the field, a loss of 4. It was Keaton Ellis. Final play of our third quarter.
This Battlehawks offense in reverse in the third.
One possession game, 15 minutes to go in Memphis. Battlehawks with possession. Start our fourth quarter after this.
The United Football League is heating up.
The push for the playoffs begins now.
The Arlington Renegades, the DC Defenders.
Both teams with something to prove. We're going to have a heavyweight fight.
The United Football League, next Sunday at noon on ABC.
Coach Beck, your message to the team in halftime was primarily about finishing this game, and it feels like it's been a little bit back and forth here in the second half. How do you go out there and make sure that they find a way to finish in the fourth?
Well, you know, you let them hang around, right? You get a turnover on defense, and then you come back and you give them the ball back. They get great field position. And we got to understand, man, we got to be smart in what we're doing here. So, again, the players have to go out and make play. Gary makes a nice play, then we get a hold and come back. This is the world we're living in right now, so we just got to be a little bit better on those downs. And when we have a big play, we can't be making penalties on it.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.
Roddy, is there anything more football than Cole Kublik interviewing Anthony Beck?
No, those two guys, those are football guys. And I'm so just surprised they weren't talking about pass protections or routes run or something like that.
Three technique. 2nd and 22. And Frank Darby comes up empty. It'll be third down. So Memphis pushing the Battlehawks backwards after the long catch by Gary Jennings.
In these situations, Memphis typically only rushes 3 and drops 8. Expect a fairly conservative play call, but you're not that far if you're St. Louis from getting in Rodrigo Blankenship's field goal range. So can you get a screen, a crosser, something short, a short completion where a player can run to try and get you in field goal range?
Look at those flags above the scoreboard too, though, guys.
That's another great point, Cole. He was connecting from 63 yards out in pregame, but the wind is shifted. Duggan will get what he can and slide out of bounds. Guerra in pursuit, and I imagine the punt team on the field after a 4-yard scamper. So here comes Sterling Hoprichter. Jim Turner's team with new life after the interception, preventing another Battlehawks score. Get a field goal afterwards. And Isaiah Henney would love to be able to torch Hoprichter here. The long return. Battlehawks 4.5-point favorite. As that line closed shortly before kickoff. Henney gets away from it and whistled down at the 14. Let's talk about the odds for scoring on this next possession for the Showboats. Aaron Dolan, our sports betting analyst, joins us now to talk about it. Aaron?
Well, you can live bet this next drive right now. What's interesting about this is currently we see punt as a heavy favorite, but take a look at other plus 600. We've seen other cash from Memphis 4 different times in this game, which is absolutely abnormal. That happened on turnovers on downs as well as a turnover and the end of half. But that's something to take advantage of right now because typically you don't see that happening in the UFL.
Interesting. Plus 600 on the other. Roddy?
I mean, other is sort of a blanket, an umbrella that covers a lot of others in there. I don't know if I'm taking the other, though. They've been moving the ball pretty well last few drives.
Dresser win back on the field. They'll set up the screen the opposite direction to Eric Prince. Chopped down. Fadukasi, no gain on the play.
It was really well read by the St. Louis defense.
Olakule, Fadukasi, all over it. Second down. 2 minutes into the fourth. Third down.
Hey, down.
Cue with the homecoming. Mr. Cole from Memphis. Mic'd up today for us.
Hercules 53. Hey, Hercules 53. Regular. Hey, look at the stick. Hey, Owen, get out.
On 3rd and 9. Win off the back foot. Crossing pattern is there, and that's about it. Isaiah Washington stopped by Cameron Kelly, gain of 5. Well shy of the line to gain.
The twist on both sides of the defensive line that creates the late pressure. The Dresser Wynn has to just check it down. And a good stop, a quick stop by the St. Louis defense. I mean, that drive really never got going for Memphis with anything that looked threatening.
A couple of runs, it felt like you would see maybe a little bit more in that sequence.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you don't design the runs to go for the gains that they got. But
no gain.
Nice job by St. Louis defensively.
Shakur Pearson. A stutter step. Retreats for a moment, ushered out near the 41. But a 49, a return of 11. St. Louis with a football and a touchdown lead for head coach Anthony Beck when we come back.
Like you want to go through. When in doubt, you're going through. Those guys, Charles, they're reading, so they're arcing. Yeah, defense. Come on, O. Come on, O. Come on, O. Get there. Ah! Clock. 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 They're not set. Let's go. Yeah. Well done, baby.
Jim Turner, Anthony Beck, all access here in the UFL. 16-9 ball game, 11:41 remaining. Back in Memphis, Battlehawks out in front of the Showboats. Great sound and a great season. And Howard twisting and turning ahead. Check in again with Cole Cuban.
We've got backup quarterback Brandon Silvers here, fresh off flipping houses. How's that been going?
Been going good. Going real good.
All right, well, tell us, you don't have to give us a play call right away, but just kind of what you see from the defense, and then you get the play call on your helmet, so maybe what our viewers should be looking for.
I didn't get that last play call, so we're going to have to wait till the next one.
You just tell me defense you see. What would you run here?
4 verts, for sure.
That's an air raid guy for you right there.
4 verts, nothing to it, all 9s.
Yeah. Get to him. Break a tackle.
I'm going to let him get the play call here, guys, but remember one thing Coach told us is if there's any gray area, just check it down. He wanted to see that. That was something they wanted to get a little bit more of this week. I'll let backup quarterback Brandon Silvers get the play call as it comes out, and they get to the line of scrimmage. He'll just kind of tell us what he's looking for, what the play should be.
I didn't hear you, Cole.
What do you see from the defense, and then what should we be looking for from the play?
We hit this little pump for a touchdown.
You got pump and go here?
Yeah, we might. Something like that.
There it is, deep delivery, nearly intercepted, looking for Pearson. Mark Gilbert in coverage.
And these are the plays that Jaron Horton, the defensive coordinator for Memphis, has been begging his team to make. I mean, you're right there. You get both hands on the football, and it's going to end in a punt, but I mean, those are the types of plays that Memphis just has not been able to make on a ball that's underthrown inside. It's a gift. They're not able to take advantage of it.
Jaron Horton, the DC for Memphis, has the best hair in the UFL this year for any coach. He said, we got to make more splash plays.
Hey, well, I tell you guys, we've been here before. Coach Beck's kind of taking a look here, trying to get some information. The flag is on the field, the challenge flag.
14 that was covering. He's hooking him around the waist. Hooking him around the waist, and he's grabbing him as he's trying to accelerate to the front.
Okay, so you have defensive holding or you have defensive pass?
We want defensive holding, right? It's a defensive holding, yes, yes. 14.
You have to be specific here.
St. Louis is challenging that number 14 of Memphis held their player. That play is in the further review.
Back to the Verizon Command Center, Dean Blandino.
I'm with you, Brian. So we're looking at holding prior to the pass. So right now I'm on the all-22. There does appear to be some contact before the pass, but I can't really see a grab or anything on that. Let's get to a close-up shot. Everything else is further away. Yeah. Sky cam is not great. It's right hand. There is some contact. I just don't see a hook or a hold clearly on that angle. Yeah, that's what I'm on. I'm on the far handheld. Okay, so here's a better look. There's a reach, but again, I just don't see a grab. I'm looking for a hook or a grab, and I watch it at full speed. I just don't see enough there. Okay, after review, Brian, there is no foul for defensive holding. The challenge is unsuccessful. St. Louis is charged a timeout.
After review, there is no foul for defensive holding. The St. Louis challenge is unsuccessful. They'll be charged a timeout, and they will have no challenges for the remainder of the game.
Clean play by Gilbert. No hook and hold. I felt like we're back in the AAC in basketball. Flagrant one denied, and after all of that, Memphis will get the football back, Ronnie.
This Memphis defense has kept them in the game. Another big stop, even though they don't get the turnover by completing the interception, they force the punt.
The always dangerous Isaiah Henney. Waiting the punt from Hofrichter. A wobbler. Bounces at the 15. And then caught successfully near the 6-yard line. Now the St. Louis special teams on full display. Don't forget, 2025 UFL Championship will be played on Saturday, June 14th in St. Louis. Tickets start at just $29. You can buy them online at ufl.com/tickets. Can't be in St. Louis for the championship. Need you to watch on ABC, June 14th at 8 Eastern. Got some separation in the divisional standings and perhaps as many as 4 teams, all with 5 wins after today. Memphis would like to change that right here on this drive.
Yes, they would, but St. Louis is aiming for that championship game to be a home game. As you saw in the USFL conference, you've had Birmingham and Michigan really elevate themselves as the clear 2 favorites, and if St. Louis wins here, they will follow DC as one of the clear favorites in this conference.
Jet sweep along the right side to Adams.
So, guys, I also want to say this. On that punt that just occurred, Isaiah Henney, as the punt returner, you have to fair catch that football.
Yeah.
It bounced on the 15-yard line. You cannot allow that ball to bounce, and now your team is backed up inside of their own 5-yard line.
Harry, what yard line were you taught to let the ball bounce?
So you put your heels on the 10-yard line, and you do not back up.
Yeah.
Anything in front of the 10-yard line, you catch.
That was ours as well, and he was well ahead of the 10-yard line.
For a 2-yard gain on second down, Prince weave his way ahead across the 10. Did you ever return punts at Georgia Tech?
I did, yeah, I did. Now that was before the punters got really good at pointing the nose of the ball down and having that backspin. I kind of came right at the beginning when that started to come in, but there weren't enough punters that were good at it to really trust it.
So you guys are more of the possession return team than the speed return team.
I would say I was more the speed than the possession, which is why I didn't return him my entire career, because I dropped one.
Get him out, coach.
3rd and 3 for Dresser Wen. Pressure. Pass is caught. A shoestring grab. Elijah Stove, his 2nd catch of the game, and a gain of 4. It'll be 1st and 10 Memphis.
And there's an almost immediate pressure around the left side by Travis Feeney, who has been an absolute fiend in the backfield. I mean, he's been all over Dresser Wen. Good on Wen for getting the ball off, and a really nice catch on the back end by Elijah Stove. I mean, that's tough. Contested as a receiver here. You got to love that.
1,000%.
Stove now with 4 catches on the season, 2 today. There was about an inch of a window to be able to get the football into Stove, and Wen found a way. Heaves this one deep and incomplete. Oh, that's one he'd love to have back. Dawood Davis was running wide open, and it should have been 6.
I mean, this is a touchdown if Dresser Wen's able to get it there. The ball just runs out of steam to the inside. Dawood Davis, who just pushes outside and then comes back inside of the corner, gets them all turned around, and there's nobody else back there. It is a foot race to the end zone.
Just lob it
for Dawood Davis.
Yes,
yeah.
You got to put air on that football. I don't know why he threw it on the line drive, but he puts air on that ball. That receiver's going to run right underneath it and hit his head on the goalpost for a touchdown.
Travis Feeney just grabbed the face mask of Deneric Prince. And that's a penalty.
They're just talking about whether or not he grabbed the face mask.
To be confirmed either way.
All right. So, okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right.
There is no foul for a personal foul face mask. The tackle is legal. It's third down.
I mean, I understand that. I think that he does get the shoulder pad at one point, but I thought the initial twist. I think the wrist sort of catches the helmet and has the head turn. The head turning is sort of the indicator that you think it happened, but I think the actual grab happened on the upper chest, so
which is legal.
Call. Yeah, which is legal, absolutely.
And when you see that twist on the pull, you automatically assume a face mask infraction. They pick the flag up. Third down and 13. Win a couple of pump fakes, floats it, and incomplete out of bounds, looking for Adams. Check in with the Verizon Command Center, Dean Blandino. What did we see on that potential face mask call where the flag was picked up?
It was really close. The hand looked like it might have been just under the mask and more on the collar of the jersey. It just had that face mask look as he was whipped around. Ultimately, the officials got together and picked up the flag, and there was nothing to dispute that on the angles that we had.
No face mask infraction. It'll be 4th and 13. Dean, thank you. Battlehawks get another stop. Ja'Cour Pearson with another return. Into Memphis territory already. Off the spin. Needed one more block. Shoved down to the 45. Battlehawks will try to soft this one away after a punt of 40, a return of 9. They'll have it after this. Week 8, the UFL on the horizon. It starts Friday with Memphis and San Antonio at 8 Eastern on Fox. Saturday at 1, also on Fox. See either Michigan against Houston or Birmingham at St. Louis. And Sunday at noon on ABC, Arlington takes on DC to wrap up the weekend. Still in Week 7, final game of a 4-game slate. Week 8 coming up beginning Friday night, 6:12 to go. Roddy Jones breaking it down for us up here in the booth. Roy Philpott, Cole Kuplick, Harry Douglas. And let's see what St. Louis has. 7-point lead, 1 possession game. And the Super Challenge flag is out from the Memphis sideline.
Can't tell if it's 5 or 6. Our number 32 got blocked in the back by their number 5. Their number 5 or their number 6. Yeah. It's number 6. Number 6 for them. Blocked out number 32.
Memphis is challenging that number 6 from St. Louis blocked their player in the back during the return. That play is on the further review.
Back to the Verizon UFL Command Center.
Okay, so we're looking at these two players right here at the hash. And initially, the blocker is in chase mode, but now number 32 is going to turn. The right hand appears to be more on the side. And watch as he goes down. He's going to turn completely, and he's going to go down sideways, almost as he turns. So I don't see contact in the back. Which angle do you have? Low right end zone. Here's a closer shot of it. I want to see that contact. Again, there's the hand there, but as he goes to the ground, the contact, he's turning to the side. I just don't have enough. Yep, I'm going to go to this angle here. Again, I'm looking at contact. All right, from that angle, the contact does look like it's more in the nameplate. But as he's going to the ground, again, I just see him turning to the side. Got any other angles? Okay. All right, after review, the ruling on the field stands, Brian. I just don't have enough to make this a block in the back.
After review, the ruling on the field that there is no block in the back stands. Memphis has charged their first timeout, and they will have no challenges for the remainder of the game.
Brian Banks You heard from Dean Blandino. Challenge denied, and for Jim Turner, it's up to the defense. St. Louis has possession. The Showboats 44. How aggressive Battlehawks want to be here. Power formation, Saylors. Dives ahead, 7-yard gain on first down. Eli Walker a tackle.
Pretty aggressive inside zone call is what we got. I actually like it. Jacob Saylors is one of the best running backs in this league. Leads the UFL in rushing. And in terms of yards per carry, he's number 3 in the league.
What do we? Hey, Jin left 18
I think you're trying to, behind this offensive line, salt this game away on the ground. Max Duggan's put the ball in danger a number of times today.
12 personnel. St. Louis back at it. Guess who? Saylors spins his way for a first. All the way down to the 30, and we're with Cole Kublik on the sideline.
All right, guys, I got Rodrigo Blankenship here. You and I had an interesting conversation a few breaks ago about the wind. The flags above the scoreboard are going to the left. On the field down here, it feels like it's going to the right. How do you get a true gauge of what it's going to do if you're trying to kick a field goal?
Really, the best way to get a gauge on how the wind is going to affect your ball flight is just getting out and making sure you get reps in pregame and at halftime, just so you can see for yourself firsthand what it's going to do, how it's going to be affected. I think it's probably a matter of the wind that is behaving differently kind of below the level of the top of the Stadium Bowl versus what's above it. So that's why you're seeing those different directions for those high flags and the flags on the uprights.
No matter where they are, if the wind is blowing, how much adjustment do you truly have to make when you're going to kick?
You definitely have to make an adjustment. You want to account for how much the ball could move laterally one way or the other, and so you just have to make sure that you adjust your target line when you do that.
Is there really a hash you'd rather have the ball on for any distant field goal?
Just line me up wherever and I'll knock it down.
There you go. Thanks, Rob.
Yes, sir.
That is quality television right there. Rodrigo Blankenship coming to an NFL team near you this fall after a perfect season so far in the UFL.
Most of the time I'm uncomfortable with kicking talk, but I like that.
That was fantastic. Here's Howard on second down, upended.
Roy, the reason
30.
The reason I asked the question about the hash, if you recall, Phil McGovern in our meeting with him, the offensive coordinator for the Battlehawks, said left hash perfect for Rod. And I asked Rod about that before the game, Rodrigo Blankenship, and he goes, I mean, maybe? I don't know. So it was just interesting to hear the offensive coordinator say when they get into this territory, they might want to try to land it on the left hash, yet Blankenship saying there's no real perfect hash for me.
When you're 15 for 15, it doesn't really matter where it is. And they are in his range right now. I'd be surprised if this isn't a Max Duggan run.
Good call by you for Blankenship. Listen, he's standing on the beach trying to kick it into the ocean this season with what he's been able to do. Doesn't matter where the football is.
He's got an attempt coming up, so I don't want to lay it on any thicker than we already have.
You know what's coming, right?
I'll change the conversation. Panishuk, the center, couldn't get around right there. He kind of got caught up in a little penetration, so that play had a tough time getting going from the jump.
Gain of 4.
I just want this to be off me. I'm trying to go a totally different direction here. We're talking offensive line play.
It's a vet move by you, Cole.
I mean, interviewing the kicker 30 seconds before he comes onto the field to kick a 44-yard effort. All of the announcing jinx we've ever known on full display right now. From the right hash, of course, for Blankenship. Trying to remain perfect. Shoot. Crisis averted. The lead at 10.
Sweat wiped off for him.
No kidding, man. But when you've got a guy who's automatic, Rodrigo Blankenship, there was never a doubt. I was never worried, never concerned. He told Cole, line it up and I'll knock it down. Sure enough, he knocks it down. And look, here's the thing that Anthony Beck told us too. All of his kicks are like right down the middle. But none of them are close sneaking in. Rodrigo Blankenship, phenomenal year so far, and makes it a 2-score game here in Memphis.
Must be the Rex Specs.
Rod Squad.
I think it makes him more endearing. It certainly gives him more credibility when he starts talking about the adjustments to make.
A one-word answer from all three of you right now. Rodrigo Blankenship, the most NFL-ready prospect that we've seen the UFL this spring. Roddy?
Yes.
Cole?
I just can't give that to a kicker, I'm sorry.
Harry?
Yes, and Cole's a hater.
I'll go with Hakeem Butler.
Hakeem Butler did make me pause. Also a couple of centers in there that we've seen that I think have a good shot to get into the league, including Mike Panishuk, who's had a nice year.
Let's not forget Jake Bates. last year for the Michigan Panthers and what he was able to do for the Detroit Lions this past season.
That kick, a bit of a jinx.
There's our jinx.
It goes out of bounds. Okay.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team. The ball he places at the 40-yard line. It's first down.
Costly infraction will move it out to the 40. UFL rules after the kick. Karams out of bounds from Blankenship.
Harry mentioned the specs. We got a young kid in our Little League that plays named Liam. And he's got the little like rec spec glasses, and I was like, yeah, just like Chris Sabo. You want to feel old when the other dads say who?
Oh wow!
Like, come on, guys.
The true definition of pain.
I also was going to say who.
Chris Sabo for the Reds.
Third baseman. Forget it. World champion.
Big thing here for Memphis is they got to protect the quarterback as much as Cole protects his
offensive lineman.
Well, I was going to say mentality for baseball in what, the 70s or 80s.
They have found something with Elijah Stowe. Another catch is third, a gain of 22.
In rhythm, good delivery for Stowe, but now you don't have to go super fast, but you want to get a couple more plays off before this 2-minute warning. Memphis not operating with a lot of urgency right now.
Well, ironically, both of these offenses and quarterbacks have done better in the passing game when acting the 2-minute drill or with the sense of urgency. And the rhythm has been there. Duggan at the end of the first half, and Tresor Wen trying to start something here. Trailing by 2 scores, even by UFL standards. Wen, backside pressure, ball comes out, it pops to an offensive lineman. Well, Travis Feeney forced it loose. The tirade towards the quarterback, and here comes a penalty marker in addition to our 2-minute warning.
Forward pass that was caught by number 72, so we have illegal touching. I have a... It did? Okay. Okay. Thank you. All right.
Go at the end of the play.
Yeah.
Result of the play.
Yeah.
Second down.
The forward pass hit the defender's helmet prior to the lineman touching the pass. Therefore, the play was legal. Timeout for the 2-minute warning.
No penalty. The lead remains 19-9. 1:58 to go. Our 2-minute warning right now. Sunday Night Baseball. Kyle Schwarber and company. Philadelphia Phillies getting set to battle the Cleveland Guardians. 7 Eastern tonight right here on the ESPN. Baseball Tonight leads off right after the conclusion of our game in Memphis. Schwartz, he gets up. You know, he's been bad lead off. You see him up there, and he's smacking home runs.
Yeah.
Must see TV, right?
Must have a torpedo bat.
They still make those?
Yeah.
You're still using them.
Absolutely.
Back to live action. Memphis trailing by 10. Tresor Wen will buy some time. Heave it deep's got him in. Adams at the goal line and incomplete. A lot of contact with Cameron Kelly.
Hold defense number 3. Hold defense number 3. Defense
and a flag down.
Holding defense number 3. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
So Chris Peyton Jones, CPJ.
That hold happened well before the play, before even the scramble. The Tresor Wen giving his receiver a chance. The downfield play. Jonathan Adams had a shot at it. It's pretty good recovery, though, by Cameron Kelly on the back end.
And remember, too, if Memphis is able to score, don't have the onside kick. You go back to 4th down and long. Chance to convert a first down and start a comeback. You can get a score somehow, some way. Kai Loxley, popular target today, and this time Peyton Jones all over him.
Kai Loxley was off balance at the top of the route and was sort of falling away from the football. If he's able to plant and drive back at the football, he probably catches it, but it's a good job by Chris Peyton Jones. This little shove on the shoulder at the very top of the route knocks him off balance and forces the incompletion.
Battlehawks trying to improve to 5-2. Keep pace with DC. Wen steps up and steps out. Turns around. Penalty marker comes down and then heaves it as he falls down to the turf. Pita in pursuit, chopped him.
Walking on the field as the quarterback's knee was prior to the pass.
Hold on, number 74 offense. They'll probably decline this. Marcus, did you have anybody in the area?
I did not. That's what I'm saying.
No, I didn't. Quarterback was down. His knee was down.
So we have a spot for that.
All right. 7. Yes. He was up.
There was nobody in the
Okay.
area.
All right. All right.
Nobody in the area.
But there's no one in the area.
Okay.
Okay. So we have 2 flags.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Holding, offense number 73. That penalty is declined. Intentional grounding, offense number 12. The ball replaced in the spot of foul. The penalty includes a loss of down. It's 3rd down.
Well, the discussion was whether or not there was a player in the area. Ball clearly does not get past the line of scrimmage. Dresser Wynn looks like he was up. And now, yeah, that ball clearly gone before he goes down. Now, the question is, will they want a 10-second runoff? It should be a 10-second runoff with this as well.
There you go.
Has accepted the 10-second runoff, so we're going to take it down to 127. Memphis could have prevented the runoff by taking a timeout. I'm not sure that they want to do that. It doesn't look like Jim Turner's going to do it.
It's a loss of 16.
And it's unnecessary by Dresser Wynn. At some point, the play is dead. You just got to throw the ball out of bounds and live to fight another down.
Hey, Ronnie, I'll go back to something you brought up a few plays ago. You got to get a chip on 56 here. He's been almost unstoppable off the left side.
Running backs to that side now.
Travis Feeney. Another flag. One-handed grab by Loxley. Well, he shows you the hands and the Jets afterwards. This one likely coming back.
Hold on number 74. Number 74. Offense. 74. Offense holding.
Holding, offense number 74. 10-yard penalty for the previous spot. It's 3rd down.
There's 74, and it's going to come on, guess who? Travis Feeney coming off the left side. That arm just a little too high, gets wrapped around the neck. You got the chip Cole was talking about, and it actually helped Dresser Wynn be able to step up in the pocket. But when you've got the crook of your elbow and the Adam's apple of the opposing player, that's not generally going to go unnoticed.
Yeah, last couple of sets, he's given up after about 2 kick sets and then just opened up to the sideline. And Feeney's gonna run right down the middle of you at that point. You're not gonna have many options as to how to try and get a stop. You got to continuing gaining depth with that set and not opening up your hips.
Feeney was a former 6th-round draft pick by the Steelers in 2016. 32 years of age. No NFL action yet. Played with Washington Huskies, the old Pac-12. Seen time in the USFL, CFL.
If you're Memphis, you don't treat this as 3rd and 36. You treat it as 3rd and about 18. Try and get half of it back because you're going for it on 4th down.
Yeah, game on the line here. Wynn flings it against his body. And the pass is incomplete. Haywood Davis probably should have had a touchdown earlier in this quarter. The coverage by Dennis. 4th down and a long ways to go.
What do you draw up here, Roddy?
I was just about to say, there's not a lot in the playbook for this. My assumption is that you're going to get some sort of crosser and then you're going to play the lateral game, or you're just going to have everybody run verts, pick your favorite matchup and throw it up. Hey, Harry, you're the receiver. We're going to listen to the coach, but I want to hear what you're going to do here. So you're going to put it on me.
Throw it up. All verts.
What's wristband 11 say? Yeah. Come on up front. 4th down. 4th down.
The biggest issue that Memphis has right now is that you need your players to get 36 yards down the field, which, if you were running a 40-yard dash, no pads on, no resistance, would take about 4 seconds. Dresser Wynn hasn't had 4 seconds to throw at all during this game, so you're going to have to protect. against Travis Feeney, against Peter Dalmupenu. Can they do it? We'll see. It's empty backfield, so those tackles are going to have no help.
4 seconds. Do Usain Bolt?
Dresser win, heaves it. Jonathan Adams catches it, and well short. First down yardage. Lucas Dennis stopped him after a gain of 22. And that's going to do it. And the St. Louis Battlehawks on the road. Ronnie is a 4.5-point favorite. Going to win this game, cover that point spread, but more importantly, Anthony Beck's team now 5-2.
It hasn't been pretty fairly often for this St. Louis team. I mean, this is a team that won 12-6 a week ago, going to win 19-9 this week in a game that they really had multiple opportunities to put this game away, weren't able to do it. But that defense all season long, I mean, they've given up 15 points the last 2 weeks combined. The pass rush, they did it without two of their best players up front. So this defense is formidable enough to be able to win a championship. They really are. And if Max Duggan can continue to develop in this passing game, I think you have to look at St. Louis as one of the favorites.
And Battlehawks head coach Anthony Beck called last week's win grimy. He reiterated that to us in our midweek conversation. And this victory will fall in line with that description, and perhaps a bit more explosive. We saw a little bit more from Max Duggan in the 2-minute drill. And the Battlehawks now 5-2 after this impressive win. And the defense absolutely lights out against the Memphis Showboats.
I think you got to give Memphis's defense credit. They created a turnover. Feels like the first time in forever. Kept them in the game. Let's go down to Cole with Coach Beck.
Coach Beck, you challenged your team at the half, wanted to finish. They were able to come out and get a win. Why were you able to get it done in the second half?
Yeah, it's a gritty bunch right now. You know, I think the best part about it is we're starting to stack wins together. We are starting to learn how to finish. And that's the ultimate thing right now, is to make our push towards getting ourselves into the playoffs. Put ourselves in position, and we have to close these games out. It's a huge win. Great fight by Memphis today. We knew they were going to bring it, and we're able to get the job done.
You don't want to lean on one guy or one aspect of your team, and it wasn't that tonight, but it really did feel like that defensive line went a long way with you finding a way to get this W.
You got to show up in the fourth quarter if you're a defensive lineman. Our guys love the pass rush in the moment. When we have those leads, we have to lean on those guys. So it's a great effort across the board. We got a lot to clean up. Offense, we got a lot to clean up. Special teams was really solid today. Sterling did a heck of a job punting the football for us. So again, we get the W, and we get to continue to kind of work on this and get better next week.
Thanks, Coach.
Happy Mother's Day to my mom and my beautiful wife, and to all those moms out there. Thank you so much.
Guy's a pro right there, guys. Getting that one at the end.
Indeed, he is, Cole. Thank you. 19-9, our final scores. We close the books. We check in again with Aaron Dolan, our sports betting analyst. Aaron?
Well, underdogs and overs have really been the narrative so far for the UFL, but in this game, we saw the script really flip. The favorite was able to win and cover, and we saw an undercash. But the good news is for the public, they did win on Dresser win, hitting over 170.5 passing yards for today. Unfortunately for Memphis, they are now eliminated from the postseason, but St. Louis, they are alive and well right now, sitting at 5-2.
Indeed, they are. Aaron, thank you very much. The Battlehawks improving to 5-2 in a first-place tie with D.C. Over on the USFL conference side, Birmingham and Michigan, both at 5-2 as well. So some separation in both conferences and what we've seen now 7 weeks into the season.
Yeah, and I think if you asked coming into the season, I think Birmingham certainly would have been one of those teams that you looked at as one of the favorites, and they have proven it's so. But when you look at Michigan, I think the Bryce Perkins factor, the way he's playing, certainly makes him dangerous, and the two defenses for DC and St. Louis have been really good here of late.
Take a look at our two quarterbacks and the comparison today. Max Duggan wasn't always pretty to start, but in that second quarter, in the 2-minute drill, it became much more artistic, shall we say. 4 of 5 and leading to that touchdown. Duggan did what he had to do.
Much more rhythmic. If this were music, much more melodic
from Max Duggan as he started to mix and match the way he ran the football into the end zone. That was really how it started. And then that 2-minute drill right before the end of the first half got him going through the air, got in rhythm, was able to start to see the field a little bit better, started to deliver some accurate passes, and then it ended in this touchdown pass to Decor Pearson. But Max Duggan, I think, took a step in the passing game today. There was much more on-time delivery, many more on-time deliveries from Max Duggan. His ability to learn and command this offense, I think, took a step forward, and it's something that they can continue to build on.
Now the defense for the Battlehawks, who had some of their fans make the trip over to Memphis today, was absolutely lights out. And Travis Feeney, Pita Dalmupenu, just a race to the quarterback, it felt like, more times than not.
Yeah, but when they had to get grimy and dirty on 4th and 1s, they did it twice, stopping Memphis on 4th and short. But on the obvious passing situations, it was basically a no contest. Dresser Wynn was kind of running for his life for most of the game. Pita Dalmupenu had the sack, but Travis Feeney probably had 5 unofficial pressures, according to me. Now, it's not an official stat, but he was an absolute presence in that backfield.
Showboats able to put up 274 total yards, outgaining St. Louis. The only thing that matters today on the scoreboard. Defensive coordinator Donnie Abraham told us this week this is a tough league, not to be selfish. His defense was anything but today. They got greedy, and they got the job done. 19-9, our final score. For our entire UFL broadcasting team, thank you for watching. Let's send you now to the Baseball Tonight crew for Sunday Night Countdown.